With Phil stumbling drunkenly out of his bed, appearing in his head all the things he's wanting to be said. 19 minutes of Phil to Phil, with so much time to kill. He promised chill, but all he does instead is beg and shill. Streams online and straight away begins to whine, but always fine as long as Shaz benign and doesn't step out of line. His content's immature for all to endure like fresh manure, but I feel sure he ran straight to feeling so insecure. The money earned on yesterday was withdrawn and long gone, as Phil's spending impulse is always had to stay on. If supports are also slow and stays so low and fails to grow, you never know, the show may turn into an easy bingo. Once clicked off across the board with charge to what because his code can be ignored, just how much DSP makes us feel so bored. To help us fight or sleep and try to keep alert to watch a creep who play bingo, but Phil will bitch and why his sheep are also cheap. While DSP is chasing green, we're seeing green across the screen as Phil's routine predictability rivals are so machine. It's not in burp and leaning ban, it matters not if factory fun is trials can't see if others make him feel less of a man. Takes a drink and starts his like before launching into a big pretending different bills when truth is dead to buy a wrestling JPEG. Talks about his shitty life of college cat and fatty life and all his strife of forgetting that it's done well and they were rife. With drama he will react but isn't act as a fact as he rehearsed to be exact and how he felt he was attacked. She's nearly over and a win is in sight with what to white despite Phil to light that tips were not white. We'll say alright it is okay and now it's time for Phil to play, but first he'll say that tips will help from being off the other day. And with those words we win again, it's never if but always when the game is won. Thanks to that we made it to the very end. Hey guys, King Jet here, and welcome to what is today, Sunday the 6th of November 2022. This is DSP Bingo. Couple of wee things to go through. First and foremost, let me just replay. So this got shouted out. I got a super chat like 8 minutes ago by Twice Stan. I'm going to replay the animation just so that we can enjoy each together. So 8 minutes ago, Twice Stan sent a super chat.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money.
He said that super chat, which was very kind of him, very thankful for that, and the message was very nice as well. He says, just wanted to say thanks for the fun entertainment these past few months. I only found out about your channel because someone super chatted with your name on DSP's channel. Phil sucks. Big ups Tevin and Shinko. Piece of peace. God. Very nicely to say that. I didn't actually realise that somebody actually super chatted my name on Phil's channel. I know somebody tipped using my name, which was odd. That was like a couple months ago, at least. When Phil was playing Final Fantasy, somebody actually pretended to be me and gave Phil like $80, which is fucking bizarre. But that was fucking free advertising, free publicity, which is kind of strange. But it was very nice to say those words, so I do appreciate the kind of words. But yeah, thank you very much all the same. I'm glad you enjoy the content and glad you enjoy yourself. The aim of the game is just to try and have fun, we take Phil's boring god-awful pre-stream content, the podcast nonsense, and we just try and have a bit of a laugh with it, play some bingo and have a chance of people, because you guys are so kind and so generous, for all your support, I can give back to you guys as well. If we get a full house, somebody can win money. But yeah, sadly we were one shy yesterday. We were a few likes away essentially earlier than usual from fucking having a full house, because the free space, 100 likes for a bingo and all that. Something weird happened on Phil's stream. Before going live, I noticed something kind of weird happened. I had a couple of minutes ago. Phil was... Hang on, let me see if I can find it. The stream went live, but Phil didn't seem to have things in place. It's very strange. Let's see if I can... Yeah, let's look what happened here. So, I think the music's still going. Yeah, it looked like it was pressing a whole bunch of different things, so the music's still going, right? But this happened. Fuck that music, I can't listen to the music. But Phil also clicked the wrong thing in his OBS, whatever, He clicked the intro by mistake and then he fucking clicked that. Empty chair. And I assume he's on his computer in the corner just messing about with things, I'm not sure, but... Yeah, it was this for a wee while, and then this is the thing, he wanted to set us up. Phil's found the tweet. Phil found the tweet. Now he's going to understand why Inside Edition used his picture, because with that picture somebody had a false tweet. So Phil has found the false tweet and he's going to talk about it in today's pre-stream. Obviously he's got the fucking graphic ready, he's setting up the graphic and image and all that. I think Phil then realises, oh wait a second, He presses the wrong thing again, he presses the wrong thing, and then he goes back to the ads. He finally catches up and goes back to the fucking ads. What a dumb bastard. What an absolute dumb bastard. So let's go back to live DSP. Can I go back to live DSP, please? Thank you very much. She's still got the ads running. Phil is currently on 881 members. It looks like he's lost another member. And as we, text at the top of the screen shows, DSP Gaming spent $608 on the latest WWE Champions event. Yeah, he's been spending hard. Thanks to our pal TG Gamebox for tracking the data, as always. He has managed to discover that Phil was barely top 100. In fact, it's because Phil's top 100 at TG Gamebox is able to track Phil. If Phil is never in the top 100 for these WWE Champions events, TG Gamebox would not be able to track his data, essentially. The top 100 is only there because, it only tracks the top 100 players, but if Phil ever fell outside of that, TG Gamebox would not be able to actually ascertain how much Phil would spend. Because also we wouldn't know where, how well he did, essentially. So, yeah, Phil was barely in the top 100 last I seen on the old Twitter. Do we have the TJ? Where's your TJ tweet? Where's your TJ tweet? I was just hoping if I scrolled far enough I'd fucking find it, but yeah, it's fucking Twitter these days, man. You never know what to fucking expect. Is that a cute little doggy? What's that cute little doggy? I got no idea what the fuck was going on in this fucking video, but I don't fucking. The dog wanted to get chased by a fucking side. Twitter. This is what makes Twitter fucking great, man. We random shit like this, man. Little midget dog running as fast as I fucking can, doing this fucking. Where your doggy go? Anyway. What the fuck? I ain't got fucking shit with this. Jesus Christ. But TG Gamebox tweeted out that Phil spent $608 on the latest WWE Champions event. Also, Derek is still a creepy bastard. You know the drill. So, yeah, got myself distracted by a wee doggy running down fucking hell. Right, okay, guys. Back to our bingo. Back to the main focus of today. We're playing DSP Bingo today, so I'm going to spin this wheel now, and we're going to try and pick something to use on today's card. Full disclosure, guys. I have not added the word meaningful to the list yet. Yes, we've had it in the centre square twice, and yes, he said it twice. But I think I'm going to hold off from including it in the main roster of words until we have one final test. These things come in free, you know what I'm saying? Once could just be a coincidence. Two just could be, a bit of a bizarre fluke. But if we get it 3 times in a row, at some point in the near future, I'm going to put meaningful back in that centre square. And if he says it again, then I think, okay, this seems like a good one to use. Let's put it in the full rotation once more. So, let's spin this wheel and see what we'll land on. Weird noise! The weird noise has won out. Phil has to make a weird ass noise. Well, the question is, we know Phil's going to talk about a certain tweet today. So should we change what the free space in the middle should be based on what we know Phil's going to be doing on the podcast? He found the fake tweet somebody pretended to be him that worked at Twitter. Now Twitter's already part of the normal list of words, so we can't just put Twitter as a centre space because we might also get it as one of the side spaces. I'm just thinking the free space in the middle could put angry rant. Imposter could be an interesting one. Or fake. I don't know. Nah, I think I'll just leave it at snort. I think we're just going to leave it at snort. Fuck it, we're a special word just today, but we'll just have it as normal today. Okay, fuck it. Weird noise is the bingo fucking criteria for what we're going to pick today. And we need a number. We need a number between 1 and 215. And I was going to say, should I just fucking pick a random number, or should I just wait for the first number I see in chat? You know what? DJ Reno was the very first person that posted a number. I'm going to go with DJ Reno's option. DJ Reno posted number 70 in chat, so I'm just going to go with that. I'm not even fucking having no criteria today. We're going to go with a 70th bingo card because DJ Reno was the first one that got in there. Well done, wee man. So the 70th bingo card looks like this. It's on the left hand side, okay. The left-hand side bingo card. Is Phil not live yet? Okay, still sitting up. Good shit. Just wanted to make sure if I wasn't live yet, I was going through all this, the way before I'm too far behind. So, the bingo card is on the left-hand side. What I mean by that is him standing up, him touching his ear, YouTuber jealousy, and in fact, then him saying idiot, absolutely, him giving a years ago story, him saying tips, and him making that annoying T sound he says sometimes when he says excited or Twitter or that strange fucking annoying T sound. Then you got Phil saying addition, him doing an arm flail, him snorting, him smacking his lips, and him saying time. Then him talking about some drama, him saying wrong, him saying him going in defence mode. Defence mode, by the way, guys, is basically when he tries to justify him being a piece of shit. He's like, things like, I had to lie to protect my family, that's defence mode, him giving some sort of justification for why he's an arsehole. Then him saying nobody, or no one, and him giving a thumbs up. And the final row in the bingo card is him saying chill, him mocking his chat, him clearing his throat, him having a dumb close-up, and him making the weird noise. The weird noise is the criteria for a bingo card today, so fantastic stuff there. A lot of kind of action-oriented things on the card, We don't actually need Phil to say a huge amount, technically. We need to do things, essentially, more than say things on this card. FRP is wondering how Phil learnt about that tweet. Why the fans point out to him, I imagine they might have. They might have done. But, he might explain. He might explain on this very podcast, who knows. But this is a bingo card for today's show, and hopefully it'll be a card that leads to us winning a full house. I really would like it to if we won a full house. We are certainly overdue. A quick reminder, guys, if Phil snorts 25 times on this podcast, that's a free space. If you guys like this podcast enough, if this bingo stream gets 100 likes, that is a free space. You need to hit 100 likes though before the game ends. We had an agonising situation yesterday where we got 100 likes, but the 100th like for the game, for the stream, happened like a whole minute or two after the game ended. Like, we were still live, we were still talking about it, and 100 likes got hit, but the game had technically ended. And I was torn as fuck. I didn't know, I wasn't sure what to fucking do. I was tempted to just fucking go for it and quit it anyway, but most people just said nah. But I didn't get it in time. It is what it is. It's just, it was a really close one though. So, just a wee quick reminder though. So, 100 likes on this very stream. If you hit it before the bingo, game ends, the bingo ends, then yes, that's a free space. Sticky Man's asking what was a tweet. I can try and find it. What was the bastard's name? Hang on, let me just set up the bingo first and foremost. Let me get the cards up here, just in case Phil goes live any fucking second, and I'm caught short. Just give me a second to get it set up very quickly. Then afterwards, I can try and find this particular tweet. So somebody basically posted a tweet pretending that they worked for Twitter because he included the hashtags, and that's how these news corporations, think that Phil worked for Twitter. It's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. Okay, that is a bingo card setup. I think it looks good. Fantastic. So yeah, we're just waiting for Phil to go live, essentially. And it could happen any fucking time now, actually. It's fucking due to start any time whenever. But, let's see if I can find this tweet very quickly. I'm going to just turn the music up and mute myself while I do a little bit of digging. 2 seconds.
When we hit the 250 vet streak for that celebration, I'm going to debut a new vest. There we go. Celebratory bubble blow. Very nice. There's bubbles everywhere. There's bubbles all over my PlayStation 4 controller. There's bubbles on my microphone stand. There's bubbles everywhere tonight. It's out of control.
This one's for all my baby girls.
Okay, guys, this is the tweet, by the way. Phil's going to show his tweet off later on his podcast. He's only just found out the existence of this tweet right now, and he's going to encode a screenshot of it on his show, as I said. Yeah, somebody pretended to be Phil Burnell, essentially. Well, no names were dropped or anything, but they included Phil's mugshot And then he came up with this kind of fake ass, obviously fake fucking story. I told my little son, Horn Tense, that Daddy might not have a job tomorrow. He said, Daddy, why don't that 1% understand that their actions have consequences that ripple out, or don't they care? He's 4 years old. He has to see his daddy cry. Hashtag one team, hashtag love where you worked. These hashtags is what basically fought. It's basically how these news corporations, these media outlets, thought that, you know, this fucking guy worked with Twitter. Oh, Phil's going live. I fucking clicked back at right fucking time. Guys, you know the drill. You know the drill. Tag me in chat in case I miss anything on the bingo card. Fingers crossed we get a full house today. Remember, 100 likes on the stream means a free space. 25 snorts from Phil equals a free space. Good fucking luck, guys. Here we go.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Level 1 podcast, where we're busy having fun down here on Level 1. I am Darkside Phil. I welcome you here to the show this lovely Sunday, the 6th of November, 2022. I hope you're all doing well. Hello. How's your weekend going? I hope it's going, in a positive manner, at least. Things around here are getting exciting because we are getting ever closer to the impending release of not one, but two new games in the next couple of days. In Sonic Frontiers as well as God of War Ragnarok, one of which is a big question mark, which no one knows if it's going to be any good, and the other one, there seems to be a consensus, is incredibly good, and maybe the Game of the Year contender for many people. Yes, it gets me very excited. Absolutely. Let's talk about today, because today is a day of conclusions. After having certain playthroughs go on for a little bit here, we're going to have some endings today, which is a good thing. It's always good to have a good definitive ending when you're doing a game playthrough, and especially with new games right around the corner, it's good to wrap up your existing playthrough so that way you don't have them lingering. In particular, the two games that we're going to be beating today are Plague Tale Requiem as well as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. The campaign, that is, because I'm sure I'm going to be doing a ridiculous amount of Modern Warfare 2 coverage over the next several months when it comes to the multiplayer, but story-wise, we're going to wrap both of those up, respectively, on the two streams that I'm doing today. But before we even get to that, happy regular time day, I guess. What does that mean? It means that today in the United States, we turned off daylight saving time, which we'd been doing since like March of last year, or March of this year, I should say. Very weird that we still do this. Once a year, we take our clocks and we move them forward an hour, and then later on in the year, we roll them back an hour. And the time when the clocks are moved forward an hour, we call daylight saving time. And then when we put it back an hour, we call it just standard time. So I guess right now, today, this is the real time it should be. And then for the rest of the year, we mess with our clocks like idiots. What's weird is, if you do the math, March to November, so April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. 8 months of the year, our clocks are wrong. Why do we do this? There's all kinds of different discussions about it. Some people say it started during the World Wars, where it would allow for the conservation of electricity, and it would allow more daytime daylight, so that, you know, while you're conserving electricity, you could just use the natural light to do things. Others argue, no, it actually started in the era of farming times, so that during certain times of the year when it was the prime time for crops to be grown, the farmers would have more daylight hours, which still makes no sense to me. You still have the same amount of daylight. There's nothing stopping a farmer from just getting up at a different time if they need to harness the daylight. Changing the clocks to be an hour off does not give you more daylight. The whole idea of daylight saving time logically makes no sense. The statement, the name, makes no sense. You can't save daylight. It's not possible. The amount of daylight in a day is the amount of daylight in a day. You can't bottle it up. Just because you change your clock, you don't get more of it. It's the same amount. Okay? So, depending on who you ask, no one seems to actually know the answer of how it really started or why we still do it. Our government in the United States is actually trying to outlaw it. We've got the federal government that's trying to change the law so that we don't do it anymore. But then the state governments are doing it as well. The problem is, this is how stupid our country is, okay? States take care of things on the state-by-state level. Federal takes care of the entire country, all right? The country wants to change the clocks to be one of those two times permanently, but our state of Washington wants to change it to be the other.
Yeah, yeah. Money, money. Oh, money, money.
Thank you very much to Brad Burnham for Super Chat. It says 3 minutes in and he's annoying me. Well, join the fucking club. He's trying to fucking pigspoon as much as fucking possible while him having to fucking change the clock sometimes is annoying him. Just fucking deal with it, you fucking daft prick. It doesn't. Why would it affect you, Phil? Why is Phil so fucking butthurt about this fucking shit? I don't understand. He's a fucking hermit. It doesn't go anywhere. Daylight literally does not affect this fucking man unless he's fucking too sunny in his room. Then he closes the fucking blinds. It literally has zero impact on Phil Burnell's work or life.
So because the two of them are at odds, nothing's ever been done. And here in Washington State, like, we've had it passed for like 3 years to keep our clocks at one time, but it never gets approved. So we just have to keep changing our clocks anyway, even though it makes no sense at all. Anyway, so the clocks rolled back an hour, fall back in the autumn, and we got an extra hour of sleep. I was asleep when this happened, and my current clock does not automatically change. My old clock used to, but this one I've had for like 2-3 years doesn't. So I woke up and I didn't know what time it was, and I checked my phone and I realized, okay, and then I adjusted. The clock has like a toggle for standard time or daylight saving time. So I put it back to the standard time toggle, and now it's correct. Of course, then I still had to change things like my oven clock, my microwave clock. I don't even think I changed my landline phone clock. I don't think there's a point to it. It doesn't really matter anyway. A lot of clocks change automatically. If you have a phone, a computer, anything that's tied to the internet, usually these all have basic functionality to just change the clocks normally for you. The problem that makes this really confusing is that there's many different places in the world that do it different times. Like if you're in Europe, didn't you guys and gals change your clocks last week? So you already did it, and you were just getting used to the times that my streams were going to be per your clock changes, and now I changed my clock. So now my chime changes again. It sounds like a double change for you, right? This whole thing is really stupid. It really is. For me, it doesn't really make that much of a difference, but for everyone else around you, it does, because businesses, their times change. You know what I mean? My wife, her job hours change, and she needs to know the new times and everything. It's really stupid. Anyway, that was last night. So today, technically, my streams are now going to be an hour later for the foreseeable future. And I think it's March of next year. So if you do the math, November, December, January, February, March. So around roughly 4 to 5 months of having the times like it is now. And then I guess it's supposed to change again. Again, I don't know how to really... they're trying to pass that law. Okay. They're trying to pass... If it passes, then maybe we won't ever have to do this again. But I don't know. I have no faith that our government can do anything. Really, I just don't anymore. If there is a worldwide pandemic and millions of people are dying from a virus, and our government fails to do anything to help us or protect us, what makes me think that they're going to do something as simple as saying, stop changing your clocks? Right? That you would think this would...
Hold on. Phil Burnell now firmly believes... Hang on. Is Phil Burnell trying to say that the government, his own government, didn't do a single thing to help people during that worldwide pandemic crisis? That's a really bold statement for Phil to make it a fucking blue. That's a really bold fucking, you know, stance for Phil Burnell to take. You can also say, there's definitely things... It's definitely fair to ask questions as to could governments have done more. I think, personally, most governments around the fucking world are just so ill-prepared for this happening. They didn't, you know, most of them were just fucking caught out completely by this possibility. The world was due for something else to fucking happen, and the world got away with it for several fucking years. They got a few fucking close calls, you know, by fucking things potentially possibly could have happened in the past. Ebola, for example, not shutting the... Was it the Zika virus, not shit before, and things like that, you know. And there's another one for SARS. SARS was also fucking meant to be a fucking, you know, global fucking nightmare as well. But a lot of these things were somehow contained, and the kind of most world governments got away with that, with not having to fucking deal with a potential pandemic. But most experts kind of agree there was one kind of due to happen, and it was imperative that people were prepared, and governments were prepared especially, to deal with it when the time came. But most governments, I think, personally, just weren't. But they still done the best they fucking could. I mean, this is like, I do have some sympathy for some governments for trying, you know, what they could to fucking get through it, but at the same time, some were definitely ill-prepared. And I don't... Were American government ill-prepared? There's question marks about that, I don't know. It's one of those things where... I wouldn't say they fucking... What did Phil say about it? Hang on, what did Phil say?
then maybe we won't ever have to do this again.
What was this words?
But I don't know. I have no faith that our government can do anything. Really, I just don't anymore. If there is a worldwide pandemic and millions of people are dying from a virus, and our government fails to do anything to help us or protect us.
He's literally saying that the government completely ignored the virus. The US government ignored the virus. Well, this is not like your fucking bankruptcy. They're not going to just pretend that there's things to fucking not look into. No, they actually did fucking do as much as they fucking could, Phil. Jesus, this is a very bold claim from Phil Burnell that the government, that he managed to get some money. Remember the COVID relief money, the fucking free money? He got $1,200 given to him. For some COVID shit. He wasn't eligible for that fucking money. He shouldn't have fucking got it because his earnings outweigh what he earns enough money that he doesn't need that fucking check from the government, but he still fucking got his hands on one anyway. The bank leaks showed that. The bank leaks showed him getting that fucking money from the government for like COVID relief shit. Like $1,200 or something. I think it was $1,200 anyway. Jesus Christ, I'm very bold claim from Phil Burnell, right? Let's just crack on. But Phil Burnell has zero faith in the government, and he firmly believes that the government did absolutely nothing at all during the pandemic. Yeah, good stance there, Phil. Very bold stance.
What makes me think that they're going to do something as simple as saying, stop changing your clocks, right? That you would think this would be the no-brainer. Like if you're in government, if you're a lawmaker, all right, the easiest win for you. You can't solve hunger. You can't give healthcare a fix. You can't stop people from shooting people with guns. But you can probably just say, stop changing your clocks because this is stupid. Nope, they're not even capable of doing that. They're that incompetent at what they do. So I have absolutely positively no confidence that this will not happen ever again. If this is the last time we change, yes, I hope it is. I really hope it is, but I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Okay? Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us talk about the schedule. Let's talk about what's going on this week. Because it's an exciting week coming up. I still have 4 streaming days, including today. All right? And let's chat a bit. So, what we're going to do today on this podcast is we're actually going to set up the ability for you guys to start nominating ads for the Adpocalypse event. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. I want to get through the weekly schedule first, and then we're going to set all that up live. I want to start seeing your ads that you want me to react to. I'm very, very excited for this. Okay? Okay. So, today, on the first gameplay stream, it is the conclusion of A Plague Tale Requiem. We're in the midst of Chapter 13. I believe people have said the game has 17 chapters. But I'm also being told that the final few chapters are very short. Compared to other chapters in the game that have literally been 2 to 3 hours long, I guess the last few chapters are just action-packed, crazy stuff going on, plot, and then big action sequences and the like to see the game end in high fashion. So it shouldn't take as long to get through these last 4 chapters as say it's taken to get through chapters 9 through 13, which took like 7-8 hours. Okay? I'm happy for that. I want to see how it ends, but I'm going to be honest with all of you. I am nervous because at first the game opened with very doom and gloom kind of atmosphere, and I was like, well, that kind of sucks because the first game ended on a high note with a lot of positivity. Then, all of a sudden, you get an air of, like, hope. Oh, maybe they can actually find a way to control this macula curse that your brother has that makes all these, plague and rats come out and kill people, And you go through several chapters trying to figure this out, and you do research and everything, and come to find out, I guess I could say spoiler alert if you haven't played the game or you haven't watched my playthrough up to this point, but since you're here, you're probably going to be spoiled anyway. Basically, everything they've worked towards was a lie. They thought they were going to find a cure. They did not. They thought they were going to find a way to control it. They did not. All they found out was this same thing has happened in the past, and Destiny is cursed to just repeat itself over and over. The macula cannot be stopped, and they don't know what to do anymore. And now they're having all horrible things happen to them and their family. So, with only a few chapters left and 3 hours left to go in the game, I can't imagine this wrapping up in a positive fashion. I'm very upset because I was hoping for something positive, and I don't think we're going to get it. I think this is going to have just a really dark, disturbing ending. Which I guess is in line with the plot of the 2 games, but I was hoping for something better, especially because we don't know if there's going to be a 3rd game, so I was hoping we would get a good resolution, and I don't think we're going to get it here. I guess we'll see how it ends today, all right? If anything, I've really liked the game. My one complaint, well, okay, there's been 2 complaints. First complaint is that it's definitely a AA game, and what I mean by that is there's a lot of, okay, not a lot, but there are some bugs that are quite annoying, like your AI companions not following you for no good reason, and in one case, they disappeared completely from the game, which doesn't allow you to make progress. You get stuck. Then you have to reload an area and do all this stuff over again, which is really dumb. You would have to redo an entire area because the game glitched, okay? There's also been parts of the game where the game mechanics just don't work like they're supposed to. You're trying to enable a certain thing, it doesn't work right. You're just trying to use a certain item or throw it a certain way, it doesn't seem to have the right properties. There's one point where I was using the crystal to cast light through walls. How does that even make sense? You can't do that, but you can in the game. It just goes right through the wall. Like, what? So it definitely, you can tell the game is double A. It's good, but it's not that level of untouchable, polished greatness that, say, a Sony-owned studio would have. You know what I'm saying? It's not a Nintendo first-party title. It definitely has some shortcomings. And that's a little disappointing because I really feel the game could have been even greater if it had that level of polish. Still a great game, but I kind of feel like most people overlooked it, which is weird. The original Plague Tale, 3 years ago, came out in a springtime when there wasn't a lot going on for games. It was actually a very slow period for games. When it came out, a lot of people were skeptical about trying it, and when they tried it, they were absolutely blown away. They were like, how did this small-time studio put out graphics this good? The puzzles are ingenious. The plot is very unique and interesting. It resonated with a lot of people and made a lot of people's Game of the Year countdowns. This game, pretty much in every way, is as good, if not even surpasses the first, but I don't hear anyone talking about it. And I think that's just a symptom of it coming out when it did. When you come out in the fall gaming season, you got so much else going on around you that all the hype gets sucked out. You know what I mean? Like, you had the Street Fighter 6 beta, you had their launch of Overwatch 2, then you had Plague Tale and Gotham Knights coming out around exactly the same time. Within a week, you had Modern Warfare 2. So with all that happening all in a close proximity, most people didn't really play or talk about this game, and now everyone's narrative is now about God of War Ragnarok. So it really is about timing. And a lot of game studios still to this day don't understand that if you have a smaller time game like this, you'll absolutely benefit from having a different release window than a lot of these other major games that are around you that are going to get all the hype and attention. If this game had come out earlier in the year, maybe even over the summer when it was dead, it probably would have gotten a lot more hype and a lot more focus, and a lot more people would have been talking about it as a Game of the Year contender. In fact, I did. Initially, when it first came out, I saw a few people on social media were like, wow, this is like a Game of the Year contender, and then it vanished like a big poof of smoke. Like a ninja throwing down one of their smoke pellets. Gone. Like, what happened? Like, it never even was discussed again, right? So, let's see how it all ends today. I am excited to see how it ends. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm hoping for the best in a positive manner because I don't want to be like a negative jerk. At the same time, I'm not expecting anything positive because it's been so dark up to now. Okay. Later tonight, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, and it actually surprises me to be saying this, we're finishing the campaign of Modern Warfare 2. Wait, what? But I've already played it 7 hours and we're not done yet. Yeah, the campaign of Modern Warfare 2 is very long. Everyone who said it was 3 to 5 hours long lied. There is no way to beat that campaign in 5 hours unless you're absolutely positively running through at full speed, not listening to the plot, not using the game mechanics, and by the way, already knowing how to beat it. I don't see how you could possibly beat that campaign in 5 hours. I just don't. And the thing is, I didn't fail that much. Really, it was just the sneaking stage where I failed a little bit, so maybe it could have been 20 minutes instead of the 45 it took me to beat it, right? But outside of that, everything else has been pretty smooth sailing. Maybe a few fails here or there, but nothing making it extended length or anything, and we're still going. So, once again, a symptom of people who just lie about the length of games. Why? Because they're reviewers who have to rush. You know, you have to understand that it's very different today than it used to be. Back in the day, these reviewers would get an early release of a game. They'd sit down and have weeks to play it because then they had to write an article for a magazine or an online thing. And, you know, they took their time. Today, they're literally given a review code and they're like, all right, you have 48 hours to review this game. Wait, what? This game has a campaign, has multiple online multiplayer modes, some of which aren't even functional yet. How am I supposed to review this in 48 hours?
I'm going to count that defense mode. Defense mode as well. I'm counting that as defense mode because he's fucking trying to justify why he's not fucking finished playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare campaign yet. I only failed a couple of times in the sneaking stages, but I fucking hate the sneaking stages, not shit. Phil Burnell isn't even fucking aware, by the way, that you don't actually have to sneak in the sneaking stages. There's a sneaking stage in the new Call of Duty. I've not played this, but I fucking know it. You don't have to fucking actually sneak. If you want to rather just fucking go for it and just fucking move, you can. Just fucking yeet yourself towards the fucking, objective. And the game does actually let you. If it's a sneaking stage I'm thinking about, anyway, that's an option. And Phil just thought, oh, I better fucking do what the game tells me. I didn't fucking try anything else. He just does what he's fucking told and fucking bitches his minds about it. Hey, Prophet, how you doing, pal? It was Activision themselves that stated it would take 4 hours. And there you go, it wasn't game. So Phil's blaming game media journalists for this when it was actually the developers themselves that said it would take 4 hours. There you go, classic Phil Burnell. And misquoting people as usual. He really fucking likes to misquote people these days.
Just get it done.
Oh yeah, I paused that for a bingo. I said I was going to fucking do it, and then I picked it, and then I forgot to fucking do the horns. My bad.
This game is a 40 to 50 hour game. How am I supposed to review it in 2 days? Just get it done. Oh, gee, which sounds like a great job that I have, right? So now they're tasked with the impossible. How do I fairly review a game with an insanely small crunch window of time to do it? And the answer is, they don't properly review the game. They rush through, they lie, they cut corners, and they basically, put out a shit product. It's not right. Gotham Knights, I feel, is the game that's really suffered the most from this because so many reviewers panned this game, and here I am playing it, and I have almost no complaints. Besides the graphics, which absolutely are a major shortcoming, this game is not bad.
Oh, your opinion doesn't mean it's a good game. Their opinion doesn't mean it's a good game. It's subjective, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's certainly not an Arkham game, but at the same time, it's a perfectly passable action-adventure game based in the Gotham universe with 4 heroes that are all unique and interesting, have their own personalities, their own movesets as you level them up. As long as you play the game in an intelligent manner, not trying to rush through it for a review, the game is quite entertaining, but every reviewer said it sucked and gave it like a 5 out of 10, because they're idiots. They have to rush to make a deadline, and they don't give the game a fair shake, because this is not the kind of game that can be reviewed like that. It's just not. Okay? So you look at the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, and some reviewers gave it like a 5 out of 10. Like, wait a minute, what? Why? You gave the Vanguard campaign a 6 out of 10. And the answer is because they didn't really play it. They rushed through it. They didn't take time to let it sink in, to understand the gameplay mechanics. They just fucking turbo moded through it. Oh, I beat it in 5 hours. Yeah, because you didn't fucking play it for real. You're an asshole. So, on the late stream tonight, we're beating the Modern Warfare 2 campaign, because now we're finally, I think there's two more maps. No, 3 more. We're on 1, and then there's 2 more after it. We're definitely going to beat 3 stages within 2 hours tonight, okay? That's all starting at 6:45 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, so be sure to tune in at the right time. And if we happen to beat it early, we'll do some Q&A, or maybe we'll do some multiplayer, but I don't foresee us beating it that early, okay? All right, cool. Tomorrow, we're going back to Gotham Knights, which I'm excited for because I'm really enjoying the game. We've now unlocked 3 out of the 4 knighthood quest lines for the characters. We have 1 more to go with Batgirl, and then when that's done, we just focus on the supervillain missions, of which there's 3. There's Clayface, Mr. Freeze, and Harley Quinn, so we can work on those. And then we got the finale of the story, which I think we have 2 more major chapters left to go. So, I'm excited for that tomorrow. We'll see how far we can get. I'm assuming a few more streams are probably going to beat the game, okay? Tomorrow night, we will do multiplayer in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Now, last time that I played, I was using the M16. I wasn't too impressed with it, sadly, and people are saying, yeah, it's actually not that good in Modern Warfare 2, that the damage has really been, like, downgraded from previous Modern Warfares, so maybe I should use a different weapon. So I'll be taking your suggestions. Do you know what kind of a weapon, should I maybe use? There's tons that I've unlocked at this point, so we'll start with something fresh, okay? And then Tuesdays when we start with new releases. Tuesday is the release of Sonic Frontiers, which I will be playing on the Xbox Series X. So that starts on the mainstream on Tuesday. Again, it's a big question mark. No one knows if this game's any good. No one knows how it's going to perform on a modern console. No one knows anything. So
that's another bingo, because he says no one knows how this game's going to perform. No one knows blah 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 blah. That's a diagonal line from top left to bottom right. We have another bingo.
I'm interested to see what the hell this game is starting on Tuesday. Tuesday night, we will do a second stream of Disney Dreamlight Valley for the week. Last night's stream went incredibly well. Even though we only had around 200 people, that's not what it's about. It's about having a chill, fun, interactive time. And that's exactly what we had last night. People were engaged.
Hold on a fucking second. He was really happy about how the game went last night. 2 things. Do we have any definitive, concrete reasoning why I'm so happy about how the game went last night? He got money last night, over 100 buckaroos from playing that game last night. In fact, the game outperformed Gotham Knights. The night stream done better than the day stream. How rare. That is a rarity indeed. Doesn't happen too often, that. So yeah, and he started with a $60 tip. Fuck me, man. Well, the top tip was 50. No, the top tip according to Piece of Peace was 50 bucks. So he couldn't have started with a $60 tip. Maybe he started with a 50 and a 10 or something. But his top tip, according to the data anyway from Piece of Peace, was 50. But there you go. So no wonder Phil was fucking buzzing last night, you know? Yeah, he fucking made some decent money on the night stream. So yeah, naturally he's fucking going a high from that.
We're having fun conversation. We unlocked a ton. Just listen to what we did last night in the game. Only had around 200 people. That's not what it's about. It's about having a chill, fun, interactive time. And that's
claiming that he's got $5,000 a month in expenses and only $5,000 a month in income, and net's about $35. It's Kevin's fault.
exactly what we had last night. People were engaged. People were having fun conversation. We unlocked a ton. Just listen to what we did last night in the game. We unlocked a new character who joined the village. All new quest lines unlocked for them. We unlocked a whole new area of the map that has another new character and all new quest lines and things for that area. We unlocked, by unlocking that new area, all other new quest lines for like 2 or 3 other characters who are already in the village. And then we had the ability to use the watering can to remove mushrooms, and, which gives you more items. So basically we did like 4 major things on the stream all last night, all condensed, which opened up a ton of new content. And I'm very excited for more of that. I like those chill streams. So we're going to do another one on Tuesday night, okay? Wednesday. I don't know why I'm paying. Wednesday is the big one. Wednesday, is the premiere of God of War Ragnarok, and in honor of this game coming out and me being so hyped for it because it was my 2018 game of the year, the last one that is, I'm playing it all day long. First and second streams. Okay? Very pumped and excited for this, obviously. I'm in the works of maybe getting some special stuff planned for this. We'll see what happens. All right? I might have some stuff ready, I may not. But I'm excited, obviously, to start playing it since the reviews were so glowing. Now, here's the thing. There's a few things I should cover when it comes to God of War Ragnarok. Number one, if the game is as long as the reviewers say it is, 50 to 80 hours. 50 just the story, 80 if you do the side content, and they're all saying the side content is just as good as Witcher 3. This playthrough will absolutely take a very long time to get through. Now, it's not going to be Elden Ring length. If you go back, Elden Ring took 144 parts. Yes, my Elden Ring playthrough was around 140 plus hours. That's insane because the game was so long. This game being around 80 hours, I foresee this game, you know, juggling it with all the other new releases coming out, taking about, no exaggeration, about a month to a month and a half to beat. So you're talking, I may not finish God of War Ragnarok till the end of 2022. All right? I hope you're ready for that ride. All right? I want to give it time. I want to do all the meaningful content. I don't want to skip things. There's going to be days where all we're doing is side content. Okay? It's not, you know what I mean? But I hope you're okay with that. I want to treat it with the same attention to care and detail like I've done some of my major playthroughs of the last several years, where because I took my time, I really learned to enjoy those games. Sometimes this can be a double-edged sword. Here's why. On the plus side, the playthrough overall is better. If you watch the playthrough, if you join me for the streams, if you watch on demand after the fact, this playthrough will be a very high caliber and high quality. You know, my commentary will be better because I'll be more focused. I'm not rushing. I'll enjoy everything for what it is at face value rather than just, you know, trying to make progress every time I play. Interactions will probably be great. We'll have a great conversation and everything while I play. But the double-edged part of the sword is that when I have a game that takes that long to beat, I absolutely lose audience engagement. And what ends up happening is the longer it takes to beat, the less people are invested and won't keep watching. And that's a problem. Even with Elden Ring, this happened. You know, the first month that I was playing Elden Ring, oh my God. Sky-high views on the streams, sky-high views on the videos on YouTube. The second month I was playing Elden Ring, it definitely started to wane. By the time I beat Elden Ring, like, no one was even tuning in until I fought Melania. That was, like, it. Like, no one cared for, like, those last couple of weeks that I was playing. And in the end game, this is the most challenging stuff in the game, and people weren't there for it. They didn't really care. Okay? So that's a problem. All right? I am nervous that if I play this game like it deserves to be played, I'm not rushing through, but instead I'm taking my time and I'm trying to do everything fairly, then I'm going to lose engagement and attention on the playthrough. All right? It is a concern. Absolutely it is. You know, in addition, I do feel that some people...
Hey, we have another bingo. Is it edition? Thank you. I'm great for that. I'm tempted to tick, you know, a couple... He kind of gave a half thumbs up earlier on, but it wasn't really a thumbs up. It was kind of counting, and it wasn't a proper thumbs up, so that's no counting that. It's one of those things as well where I'm not sure if is he mocking chat. He's basically mocking his chat. He's deriding his own audience for not being interested enough in his fucking content because some last longer than others. Some gameplays, some playthroughs of these games last longer than other games. So it feels like he's having a fucking go at his own audience, and therefore mocking them for not being invested enough, both with their own money and their own actual time, to watch his shit. Why else bring it up unless you're fucking... It seems like you're fucking just having a bit of a sly dig at your audience here. And Prophet says he's plugging the fact that he sucks at games and it takes him longer than usual to finish a game. Could be, anyway, that's a bingo because he said addition, so there you go. Conroy thinks it's a bit of a stretch for me to suggest that he was mocking his chat there because it is a bit of a stretch, I'll agree to that. But yeah, it's one of those things where, this is what I'm saying, sometimes a lot of these different things in the card, so we've got him mocking chat, him having a dumb close-up is easy enough to fucking see, he just fucking presses the button. Thumbs up, Petro has to fucking give a proper thumbs up. Arm flails, obviously just fucking fills his arms. Yeah. So it should be easy. That's a really strong start to the card, by the way, guys. Very strong start. We are 8 away from a full house. Heather says he isn't mocking him, but just low-key berating him. Yeah, pretty much aye.
Are going to be playing the game along with me, and already there's been some people who have expressed the opinion that they don't want to watch the playthrough because they're going to be spoiled. I find it really hard to believe that outside of Wednesday itself, anyone playing this game will be spoiled by my playthrough, because I am a variety streamer. I'm not going to be playing God of War every single day. Okay? Everyone's going to be way ahead of me. I mean, yes, on Wednesday, most people will be playing it at the same time as me, so maybe launch day, we would actually see people who are like, I don't want to watch because I'm playing it right now, or I'll watch it after the fact, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm off on Thursday. Immediately, everyone's ahead of me. On Friday, when I come back and I play it again, I'm only doing one stream of it. 3 hours of gameplay, everyone's going to be ahead of me. And then I'm going to be balancing that with Sonic Frontiers as the main gameplay stream. So I don't think there's going to be an issue here. I really don't. I think most people within the first 1 to 2 days will be light years ahead of me, and they'll be able to come to the streams and watch and not get spoiled. Maybe there's like some exceptions there, so other people who are very busy, but I don't think that's going to happen for most people who want to see my playthrough. You'll be able to come by and chill with me after the first day. Admittedly, that first day, if you don't want to be spoiled, I totally understand if you're not here. I get it. All right, and maybe I'll see a lot of regulars who won't be here on Wednesday, but they'll pop back in on Friday when they're just light years ahead of me in the game. Okay? So there you go. I would hope to see you guys over the coming weekend as I jump into God of War more thoroughly and I start to alternate that with Sonic Frontiers. All right? Also, keep in mind, there's other games coming out this month that I'm also going to be playing. You know, God of War and Sonic Frontiers will be a focus for a few days, but then there's other games coming out, and I'm going to have to pick and choose what I want to play. I'll be honest right now. Games like Goat Simulator 3, you know, I wanted to do the Atari 50th Anniversary Collection. I don't know when I'm going to do that. There's going to be games that sadly I'm just going to end up having to skip, and probably the next slew of games would be the next Dark Pictures game. And I think later on this month is Evil West and also Pokemon. But again, it may be a situation where I just have to pick and choose. You have within 1 month like 10 high-profile games coming out. One of which is pretty much almost everyone's Game of the Year contender. It's like, geez, what do you do? How do you pick this, right? So, and that's the other thing. So, Sith Alchemist has built Simulator. That'd be a good night stream game. Yeah, so will Modern Warfare 2, multiplayer. So will Gotham Knights. So will a million other games that are coming out. You see what I'm saying? This is a situation where there's so much coming out that it's going to be incredibly hard to decide what to play. I get the feeling I'm going to have to skip like half the games this month. I just get that feeling. That's going to be a month where I have to make that critical decision, what's best, and just skip a few things and say, okay, maybe we'll get to these in December, right? Second half of December when things slow down with games, then we'll play them, okay? Eternal Apom, yes, I'll play Atomic Heart in February. It's Game Pass. I absolutely will play that. Okay, so there you have it. That's the schedule. Now, special events coming up this month. Yes, there is one. It is DSP's Black Friday Adpocalypse Spectacular. Where on Black Friday, which is Friday, the 25th of November, I'll be here all day long with all of you, watching and reacting to advertisements from yesteryear. The 80s and 90s were a very interesting time, to say the least. Man, has life and culture changed since then. You'll be very interested to see the kind of ads that were out back then, because I remember some of them. And yes, not only ads, but public service announcements will be allowed. Why? Because a public service announcement is an ad. It's just not for a product. It's for an idea. You see? So, what we're going to do literally right now, I'm going to create the thread on the main channel page of DSP Gaming, where you guys can start to nominate advertisements as well as PSAs and things. And this could be from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. That's the criteria. I don't want anything from like late 2000s, 2010s, 2020. I want something from like the 80s, 90s, or 2000s, like early 2000s. And it has to be something that's publicly available to watch on YouTube, so I can add it to a playlist, okay? And advertisements and public service announcements are allowed, all right? I can't watch clips from television shows. That's not allowed. I can't watch actual clips from movies. It has to be in the form of an ad, so that way it's considered something that's able to be reacting to and make a transformative work. I'm not going to be messing around like, oh, here, watch this episode of Alf. No, I'm not going to get, you know, copyright stricken down the ass. I want to have it be something that's public, that people have reacted to already, that's stuff that's already publicly on YouTube and no one's having issues with, okay? Fair enough? Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do it right now, live, on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Let's do it, all right? So, here we go. I'm going to the community tab right now. Public post. Hello, this is the post on which you can respond and nominate advertisements and or PSAs for my upcoming Black Friday Adpocalypse Spectacular Marathon event. Here are the rules. 1. The video must be on YouTube so you can link it. Duh. 2. It must, in capitals, be from the 1980s, 90s, or first half of the 2000s. Nothing post 2005 will be allowed. 3. It can be an advertisement or a public service announcement, but no entire shows, movies, or content allowed, as that will definitely not be viewed as a transformative work by YouTube. 4. It can be both from the USA and outside of... Whoa, what just happened? Caps lock. Outside of the USA. In fact, international ads are welcome, because I've likely never seen those before. Okay, now, over the course of November, I will be reviewing your posts and making a playlist of the best ones to react to during the marathon event. Thanks so much, and I cannot wait to see what you come up with. All right, so I'm going to make the post. Then I'm going to go nuclear pink. Then I'm going to go back to normal flesh color. Then I'm going to go nuclear pink. Then I'm going to go back to normal flesh color. Then I'm going to go nuclear pink. I love it. Then what I'm going to do, once the post is live, I'm going to head over to my computer, and I'm going to create a command, all right, via Nightbot. So you guys will have an ongoing command that'll pop up in the chat, so you're aware that for the next couple of weeks you can be doing this, okay? And also you can just manually do the command to bring up the link, okay? So let's do that now. So here it is. I'm going to read it to you. Hello, this is the post on which you can respond and nominate advertisements and or PSAs for my upcoming Black Friday Adpocalypse Spectacular Marathon event. Here are the rules. 1, the video must be on YouTube so you can link it. 2, it must be from the 1980s, 90s, or the first half of the 2000s. Nothing post 2005 is allowed. 3, it can be an advertisement or a public service announcement, but no entire shows, movies, or content allowed, as that will definitely not be viewed as a transformative work by YouTube. 4, it can be both from the USA and outside of the USA. In fact, international ads are welcome because I've likely never seen those before. Over the course of November, I'll be reviewing these posts and making a playlist of the best ones to react to during the marathon event. Thanks so much, and I cannot wait to see what you come up with. Let's post it up. Boom. Now, I need to head to my PC. I need to make a command for this in Nightbot, and then I have to set it up so it'll auto-post. So that I need like 2 minutes. If you give me a second, you'll probably hear me doing it. And I'll go explode because I'll go pink again, like a lobster. Okay. So, go here. Okay, here's the link. Copy. Make sure this works. It does.
For the next 20 minutes, I'm going to be talking and saying absolutely nothing.
Okay, see how this works. Hopefully this works. All right. So, it should be working. We're going to test it live. Let's see if this is working right now. Okay. So, Adpocalypse. See if this works. All right, if you guys could test that link, please someone test it and let me know if that's working for you. Should be pretty good. Okay, hopefully it works. And the way I set it up, every 15 minutes, that link should auto-post into the chat so that you guys can, you know, it'll be in there like along with the other things that we have too, like Ask the Kings in there and stuff like that. Works? Steak Sandwich says it works. Sweet. There you go. Very nice. Thank you guys for helping me set that up and testing that.
Whoa, was that a thumbs up? It was like hidden behind the fucking the thumbnail thing there. Wait.
The other things that we have too, like Ask the Kings in there and stuff like that. Works? Steak Sandwich?
Yeah, it's a thumbs up. It's like we can just barely see the thumbs. Like, yeah. There's the thumb getting ready to go up, and then it fucking hides it behind the thumbnail.
Sandwich says it works.
Oh, it kind of hides it to the side as well. There you go. That's definitely a thumbs up. Yeah, there you go. Fantastic stuff. That is a thumbs up. That is there. That's a double bingo right then and there. How fucking hooray for that. We are 5 away from a full house. We need Phil to say just one more thing technically, and that's tips. We need him to do an arm flail, we need him to get some YouTuber jealousy in there, we need him to have a dumb close-up, and we need him to mock his own chat. This is a very, very strong position we're in, guys, but a reminder again, 100 likes on this bingo stream equals a free space. We might need it. We needed it yesterday and we didn't get it in time. Like, tribute the difference between winning a bingo and one of you guys winning some money and not winning anything.
Sweet. There you go. Very nice. Thank you guys for helping me set that up and testing that. I want to make sure it worked before we, went crazy here and started advertising it. But it looks like it's working, so now you guys can do that. Please post up. That's going to be an exciting event. And by the way, some people are being very negative about it. Oh, that's not going to be entertaining. Guys, if you haven't learned to trust me yet, a couple months ago. I don't know if you guys are aware.
To me, that's coming across as mocking chat. Surely that's mocking his chat. Is that not him mocking his own chat because of fucking questioning the entertainment value in this big thing he's hyping up? It has to be, yeah. People are saying, yeah, people are agreeing that's mocking chat. That is him mocking chat. That's not, I thought it was going to be a bingo, but it's not a bingo, god damn it. We can't go up the way, we can't go across the way, god damn it, I don't get to play horns again. We are 4 away from a full house.
I cleaned out my closet during the summer. I literally walked into my closet for 3 major marathon streams and cleaned it out. And you guys were highly entertained. You guys couldn't believe how fun that was, right? And no, I was like, oh, that'll never work. Did it work? Absolutely it did. Trust me on this. Reacting to this kind of stuff is very entertaining. I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of ads you guys come up with because there's been a million of them from back in the day. And they're all over YouTube, by the way. Like, they're all over YouTube. So I'm very excited, okay? All right. Excellent. 2 thumbs up. Very pumped for that. We have one thing I want to talk about quickly is housekeeping. One story to cover, and then we're going to get into shoutouts, okay? Memberships, as you guys can see, we were over 1,000 memberships about a week and a half ago. We were at 1,036 or something like that, all right? Then 100 membership bomb expired, and we went down to 930. Now we're down to 880. So what's happening is there were a bunch of membership bombs last month that have all expired, and no one's really renewing them, okay? That's to be expected. When a membership bomb hits, you maybe get 1 to 2% turnover. What I mean by that is not turnover. 1 to 2% retainment is what I meant to say. It's high turnover. Most people are not going to renew those because they were gifts. But you'll get a few people here and there who will say, wow, that membership was really worth it. I'll keep it. All right. And I would actually bet that when the dust settles from all these gifted memberships, we will have actually gone up a couple dozen of people who will keep them. Okay. Now, our goal for the month is 1,025 members. All right. And we hit 1,025 memberships this month, which is very capable with all the insane amount of hot new releases coming out. We're doing the Christmas marathon event. It'll be held right before Christmas. I haven't looked at the dates yet of what's right before Christmas. Actually, I'll take a quick look, I guess, now.
I'd like to remind everyone, by the way, that I've made a wee deal with my own chat with you guys. I've made a deal with you guys. I personally think Phil will get 1,025 members. Most of you guys don't think he's going to get that in time. If Phil does not get 1,025 members in time, the prize for DSP, this prize, the bingo prize, will get doubled for the following week. So back for the following week after that, essentially, you can win 50 quid for a full house instead of 25 quid. There's a wee deal, a little deal we've made with my own bingo chat with you guys, you know what I mean? So if Phil does not get 1,025 members, you guys benefit from it by potentially winning 50 quid instead of 25 quid for a full house. So there we go.
So Christmas itself is on a Sunday. Christmas Eve would be on a Saturday. So likely the Christmas event would either be that Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure which day it would be yet, but it would either be Friday the 23rd or Saturday the 24th. I would probably lean more towards the 23rd, only because a lot of people probably can't be here on the 24th, because Christmas Eve they'll be doing stuff with their families and stuff. I'll have to think about it. So it's either going to be that Friday or Saturday, okay? Not sure yet which it'll be. But here's what we're going to do if we hit the goal. So if we hit 1,025 members at any point during November, number 1, we do a marathon on one of those days. Number 2, you guys nominate and vote for the games that I'll play during that marathon. Members will have a distinct priority to nominate and get a game in right away, just like they did on Halloween, while others will have to contend with, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of others, all trying to nominate games at once, okay? So, behooves you to be a member, you get priority for sure to get a game in there into the marathon, okay? Number 3, I'll be dressed up in festive Christmas...
Whoa, we need to rewind that. Did I just hear delusions of grandeur there?
...on one of those days. Number 2, you guys nominate and vote for the games that I'll play during that marathon. Members will have a distinct priority to nominate and get a game in right away, just like they did on Halloween, while others will have to contend with, hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of others, all trying to nominate.
Hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of others trying to nominate there. Are you fucking kidding me on, Phil? Phil has doted himself into, like, what? Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. This man is just so fucking delusional, man. More like the dozens and dozens of Phil fans out there trying to get Phil to notice him and play their game. Oh my fucking god, man. And that's me being generous saying dozens, man. Fuck me.
Nominate games at once, okay? So, behooves you to be a member, you get priority for sure to get a game in there into the marathon, okay? Number 3, I'll be dressed up in festive Christmas attire and actually do wardrobe changes between various festive holiday sweaters, t-shirts, and hats. Number 4, the one time a year I actually drink while I'm on a live stream. I don't drink except for, you know what I'm talking about, liquor. I drink seltzer, I drink water, I drink coffee, but I'll actually be drinking liquor during the marathon event. It's the only day of the year I do that, all right? And if things go well, obviously, over the next month or two, which I think they will, likely we'll be doing a live Feasting with the King, so that'll be the date of the next live Feasting with the King, and I may even double up and do a double event where we also do a DSP tries it of some kind of a festive food item, all right?
No, I'm not one to get like motion sickness, but him rocking back and forth like a fucking crazy person right now is actually making me a bit seasick. And it is going a bit faster than normal speed because of my 1.25 speed, but fuck me, man. You just can't just fucking sit still, you fucking idiot. Your fucking camera's going in a fucking autofocus all the goddamn time because you just can't sit your arse still. This is a crazy amount of film rocking back and forth. I just want to fucking play, you know, Dark Side Flow's fucking song. You know, I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis. I just want to fucking play it right now. I've actually got it. Is it down here on the side? It's actually down here on the side.
I need that money. I really, really do.
Okay, I got that saved for later on. We'll fucking be hearing that later on, that's for sure. Okay. I just see Phil doing this. I just hear that song.
Did this a couple years in a row. People seem to like it. So, I'm very excited for this event. I love the Christmas event that I do every year. It's another annual thing, just like the Halloween event. I love doing it, but it's dependent on hitting a support goal. We hit it every year. All right? If you're not a member, I don't know what you're waiting for. Now would absolutely be the time you want to become a member. Now is the time to get access to things like priority to chat and avoid slow mode in the stream chat, getting access to all of my emotes, getting a cool chat crown badge, getting highlighted both here on the streams and in the video comments, getting priority to nominate things for special events, and the list goes on of all the features that you get being a member. So if you're not a member, please consider becoming one. If you've already been one and it lapsed, please consider renewing. And if you want to help out your fellow man or woman, or however you identify, I don't really care, here on my streams, all right, one great way that you can do that is by gifting memberships to fellow viewers, all right? Dropping a membership bomb, they call it. This is a way to give to those around you during the holiday season. People seem to be very generous around this time of year when it comes to membership bombs, so please consider it. And thank you to anyone who obviously becomes a member during the holiday series.
Alright. I've been ignoring a lot of these kind of smaller arm flails, but we've had quite a few significant ones, and yeah, those count. Sometimes you'll do like a wee small flail, but it's not really a fucking flail, it's just like a wee twitch or whatever, but these are fucking getting more pronounced more and more. Phil's desperation for memberships grows and grows each day, and I did fucking tell you guys, the desperation is going to fucking grow more and more. He's going to fucking push these segments more and more until someone steps up and gives him what he fucking wants, and that is the fucking members to hit that goal, hit that target. That is a double bingo with this arm flail. We are 3 away from a full house. We need him to do a dumb close-up. We need him to have some YouTuber jealousy, and we need him to say tips. Now he's guaranteed, let's be honest, he's definitely going to say tips at some point because he's going to do contributions later on. He will say tips. Will he be jealous of YouTuber? Who knows? That could be. I can see him doing a dumb close-up as Snow Carl fucking sends him a fucking, you know, a tip, and he plays that wee animation. The YouTuber jealousy might not happen though. What I will say, if the YouTuber jealousy does happen, he's going to fucking bring it up in some capacity when he's showing off that tweet with somebody pretending to be him that worked at Twitter. He might try and work in some YouTuber jealousy, you know, somehow into that.
Season. You know, some years I would have things like t-shirts and things to sell. I don't have that this year. This would be a way, you know, to give to other people around you on the streams if that's what you were thinking of doing, being generous, right? That giving spirit, the generosity. So, all right. I got that out of the way. Now, guys, yesterday...
Hold on a second. What was that about fucking giving generosity? Hold on. I just want to fucking see what Phil said about, you know, trying to encourage other people to give when this fucking guy all he does for the fucking past decade is take, and take some more. The only thing Phil gives is us headaches.
And if you want to help out your fellow man or woman, or however you identify, I don't really care.
That was awkward as fuck, by the way, that little fucking thing.
Here on my streams, all right, one great way that you can do that is by gifting memberships to fellow viewers, all right? Dropping a membership bomb, they call it. This is a way to give to those around you during the holiday season. People seem to be very generous around this time of year when it comes to membership bombs, so please consider it. And thank you to anyone who obviously becomes a member during the holiday season. You know, some years I would have things like t-shirts and things to sell. I don't have that this year. This would be a way, you know, to give to other people around you on the streams if that's what you were thinking of doing, being generous, right? That giving spirit, the generosity. So
basically, he's like, he hasn't got his Teespring shop anymore, so he can't fucking have people buy t-shirts, so instead he's hoping people buy memberships for other members. I just fucking love how he's trying to get others in the fucking giving spirit when he never gives himself. I think it's insane to me. It's just bizarre to me. Like, let's put it this way.
Now, what does the sugar do in the sauce?
How much money has Phil ever given any of his fans in the 14 years he's been making content?
Acidity from tomatoes.
And not just giving them as a gift or whatever. I mean, sometimes he's occasionally paid for artwork. He has very occasionally paid for artwork. He did pay a couple of fans money. Not sure how much, but he did pay some small amount of money for t-shirt designs, which did not sell apparently. So, but that's what I'm saying though. That doesn't count though, because he's paying for a service. That's not him rewarding his fans with something or giving something to his fans. He literally paid for artwork so he could use it and sell it off and make profit in it. But Phil, as far as I can tell, he gave away empty game boxes worth fuck all. Let's put it this way. For my little dumbass that does the fucking bingo restreams, I've given away £100 to you guys in prizes. We've had 3 separate bingo ones, but one of those was a £50 one. So one of those bingo occasions was a 50 one. It was during a time when because I was celebrating hitting the landmark number of subscribers, I doubled up the prize pool for a while. But there you go. Oh, somebody super chatted and talked about some YouTube drama. The other day, Adriana Cheshik said on her stream that she's really good at Street Fighter 2 and has been playing Capcom Fighting Collection. You should try and play together on stream 1v1, would be cool. Interesting message from Lord Prince Albert. I guess we'll see how Phil responds to that. It could be what triggers some YouTuber jealousy. There we go. You get what I'm saying though? Phil just doesn't want to fucking give. He takes. He's a fucking taker. He's not a giver. It's just bizarre to me, man, that fucking he's the spirit of giving. No shit. When's this fucking the spirit of generosity and giving going to ever fucking haunt Phil? He never gives. He thinks him doing this fucking content is giving. No, this is your job, Phil.
All right, I got that out of the way. Now, guys, yesterday I covered a very sad story. Okay, yesterday I covered the story of how sadly I have been fired by Twitter. And Inside Edition fully covered the story, and it was shocking to me that things would come to this. I really was shocked. I was appalled that Twitter would let me go. All right? I didn't know that I was working for Twitter, but But anyway, what's funny is that wasn't the end of it. Now Fox News has officially covered the story. Here I am, and here's a post, I believe it's from my son. So he says, I told my little son, I guess it's supposed to be a post from me talking about what my son said. So I told my little son, Horntons? Is that Horntons? That's a name? Horntons. They believed the name was Horntons? They actually
That's not the fucking most shocking part of the tweet, you fucking dolt. I can't believe this guy doesn't even know his own son's fucking name. No, but it's like, that's the most shocking part. He's more surprised at the fucking little boy's name, 4 years old, than he is about the 4-year-old saying, Daddy, why don't the 1% understand that their actions have consequences that ripple out, or don't they care? He's not fucking surprised about that. He's fucking surprised about the fucking name. Norton's Spurnell, Jesus Christ, Silent Weapons. Silent Weapons are like Snortons. He's no longer called Hortons, he's called Snortons. That is it. Finalise. His name is Snortons.
That. Let's try this again. I told my little son Horntons that Daddy might not have a job tomorrow. He said, Daddy, why don't the 1% understand that their actions have consequences that ripple out, or don't they care? He's 4 years old. He has to see his daddy cry. Hashtag one team. He has to see his daddy cry. Oh my God.
What does sugar do in the sauce?
Add sweetness, adds a contrast. If you don't, it's all gonna be tartness.
I am gonna cry, but it's for all the wrong reasons. I'm gonna cry in laughter. Good Lord, these people don't vet anything, man. Wow. Well, well, what can I say? Young Horntons looks like he's gonna have a meager feast for Thanksgiving this year, since his daddy was laid off from Twitter. Normally you'd have like a big roast turkey in the oven stuffed with all the fixins. Instead, he's gonna have like those processed frozen turkey slices, like banquet meals or whatever. That's what he's having for Thanksgiving dinner. I joke, but I actually did have that for Thanksgiving dinner in 2017. Anyway, young Horntons. What's funny is I'm trying to remember what this picture's from. Like, what is this? Is this me in my? I think this is me in my kitchen from many years ago. This might be a 2017 picture now that I'm thinking about it. I think this is a 2017 picture. Because as you can see, I still have a lot of dark in my beard. This was before all of the beard started going white over the last few years. So this is definitely probably around 5 years ago. Yeah. Yep. The face looks about the same. Still bloated. Still looks like I'm a dead body floating in a lake. But everything, you know, the beard is definitely different. You notice that, right? So why the hell do they keep falling for this? So first it was Inside Edition. They really like this picture. What is it? What is it with this picture, right? Maybe I should start using this picture more frequently.
Okay, so he clearly doesn't fucking understand how they use that picture. The tweet has a hashtag. This hashtag is basically, you know, trying to indicate that all these people that use this hashtag worked for Twitter and got fired. So these media outlets, without too much fucking, you know, research into the shit, assumed that the guy who posted his picture alongside this fucking tweet and obviously the hashtags was just fired from Twitter along with many thousands of other people. And to be fair, it's not a terrible fucking picture of Phil Burnell. Let's be genuinely honest here. This is a decent picture of Phil Burnell, considering how fucking hideous he is. That is a decent picture of Phil Burnell. It's nothing hideous about it. He's definitely had far worse pictures for sure, but it's a decent picture. It's not been his best picture, you know what I mean? He's looked better in my opinion, but it's actually not a terrible fucking picture. So it's like one of those things. It's like here's a tweet, here's a photo. It's like that's an acceptable fucking photo to use on our fucking story, or whatever. Let's include a tweet in the picture, or whatever, or just a picture, or whatever. Just an example. It's bizarre. It's quite smug. Tom Tony thinks it's a smug picture. It's borderline smug, but I've definitely seen him fucking smugger. He's definitely had far more smug moments. So Phil doesn't understand that these fucking, you know, news organisations basically search this fucking hashtag to find people who got fired by Twitter, and then just fucking pick examples from there to fucking use for their stories. Phil is right to an extent where they fucking don't do much research, but how could they? Twitter is their source. Twitter's also the fucking story, ironically, in this case, so it's bizarre. They should have used the Phil Chan pick, that would have been fucking amazing.
And people will start seeing me in a positive light, right? There's something about that picture that these news agencies are basically like latching onto it and believing everything people say around that picture, which is really weird. How do you not vet anything? How could you be on a major news listen, I understand television news and these TV tabloid shows, they're a legacy, right? They're not the main way that people get their news anymore. That's like how old people who don't use the internet get their news. And I understand that. But at the same time, like, how do you not take a moment, just a moment, to try to vet the information that someone provides you, right? I just don't understand it. That's just so weird to me. You know? I know, I've seen that too. Wings of Redemption, they put his face all over everything too. Like, worldwide news articles have Wings of Redemption's face on them. And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, how dumb can these places be? That they don't even put a lick of effort into try to confirming a thing that they're actually reporting as a fact. You know what I'm saying? So, pretty ridiculous.
So people, you know, Tony said in chat there, I mean, Phil doesn't vet anything for his podcast. That's insanity. Well, there's two big key differences there. People don't go to DSP Gaming for accurate news stories. There's the genuine. You don't. If anyone goes to fucking DSP Gaming and expects some authenticity and accuracy, you're out of your fucking mind. That's not going to fucking happen. You will expect that kind of thing though on actual fucking media outlets and news outlets that fucking are trying to present news. In said addition, you would expect them to have somewhat accurate information. Same goes for any kind of, you know, reputable source of, you know, news out there. So difference there big time is that, you know, DSP Gaming is not a provider of news. At least not accurate news. He's a provider of his news, his alternative news. The fucking the stories that fucking relate to him and how it impacts him, essentially. Nobody goes to DSP Gaming for the actual fucking hard truth. No. They just go for it to hear his truth. So he can fucking speak his truth. Not the truth, but his truth.
Ridiculous. They got my face there with a whole Horntons. Horntons! That's a name? What the fuck? You know, my poor son, Dr. Scholes, was crying this morning. I don't know. Boy, Horntons. I can't get over that. Anyway, I guess it is what it is. It's funny. I personally find it hilarious. I think it's funny that these places definitely don't check anything. Like I said, this all originated with the Howard Stern show. It was the Howard Stern show that made this prominent. They would have their guys go out and do these prank calls and prank posts and then say, Baba Booey, Baba Booey. And here we are in 2022, and they're still this stupid. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, all right. Enough of that baloney. Let's get to shout outs. It looks like we have nothing on the YouTube side, so we go right to tips, and we have a couple tips to shout out here today. We're just a quick reminder when it comes to tips. I'll try to keep reminding you guys some stuff.
Apparently he's not going to beg as much anymore, but at the same time, please fucking give him money every single fucking day. Yeah, I've just fucking done it for you, Phil. That's not our bingo. He said tips, we've got 2 to go. It's actually a double bingo now. I see it's a diagonal line from bottom left to top right. I nearly missed that. I wouldn't want people getting pissed off at me for not playing the horns twice for a double bingo, but there you go. We are 2 away from a full house.
Number 1. If you're going to tip me, please include your name in the tip. If you do that, I know what to call you in the tip. If you don't put a name, I just have to say it's an anonymous tip because I have no idea who you are. That's number 1. Number 2, we still have the Magic 8 Ball in effect. If you tip $8 or more in a single tip, then I will ask the Magic 8 Ball question on your behalf. You gotta tell me what you want me to ask it. So I'm going to ask you the question. Will we complete both games today that we're aiming to beat on my streams? It is decidedly so. Thumbs up to that. My Magic 8 Ball's being nice to me today. Thank you, Magic 8 Ball, for being nice. Some days that thing's a sarcastic dick. Okay, our first tip of the day is from an anonymous tipper. It says, just keep me anonymous. There you go. So let's first of all play the $5 tip animation. Thank you very much for your support. Let's get that up on the leaderboard, and then we'll see what you have to say. Oh my god, that's really revolting. I'm very sorry, everybody. I did not mean to do that. It came out of nowhere. Okay. So thank you for the first tip of the day. Now let's see what Horntins has. Not Horntins, excuse me. Let's see what the anonymous tipper has to say. Horntins. All right. Sonic Frontiers story has been written by the same guy who does the Sonic comics, and his writing skills are top notch. Now, when you say the Sonic comics, do you mean the Sonic the Hedgehog Archie comics? Do you mean this another Sonic comic? I used to read the Archie comics in the 1990s, and they were quite good. Okay, but that was a very long time ago. I don't know who writes it today. I'm sure the same person who wrote it in the 1990s is not the person writing it in the 2020s. But those were really good. So that's good to know. And if you're saying it's a good writer on the team, then it makes me feel a little bit more hopeful that Sonic Frontiers will not be a smoking pile of poop. Like, you know, the last few 3D outings were. Okay, continuing on. Another $5 tip is coming. This one is from Super Snow Carl Turbo HD Remix. What a name. Thank you for the tip. And let's play an animation for you as well. I'm very glad I streamlined this. The only thing I could do, I could put them in actual... This is really weird. When you create animations, they don't list in, like, you can't, like, sort them. So, like, I would love to do this and say $4.25, $6.66, 10, 20, 30, 50, 75. Do I have a 75? No, I don't have 75 right now. 100, 150, 200. I like to order them. But they don't let you order them. When you post up your animations, they just kind of sit in a listing, and you can't reorder them.
Did anyone else catch that, by the way? Did anyone else catch that? I don't have that right now. AKA, he plans to have it soon. If possible. Jesus Christ, man. It never ends. The fucking desire and greed to try and fucking milk as much money as possible. And as much high volumes as fucking possible.
30, 50,
Listen
75. Do I have 75?
Listen.
No, I don't have 75 right now.
Right now.
100, 150, 200. I like to order them. But they don't let you order them. When you post up your animations, they just kind of sit in a listing, and you can't reorder them. So now I'm not even kidding, here's the order. 20, 10, 420, 100, 5, 666, 30, 50, 150, 200. So because they're in a weird order, I have to like search through the list every time I play an animation, which is a little frustrating. If they were in order, I'd even logically know just where to click because they're in order, but they're not. But it's free. I'm not going to complain about something that's free. Just saying something that, room for improvement. Anyway. So thank you very much for the tip. Did I read it? I don't think I read it. Did I seriously not read it? And I just deleted it. I fucking deleted it before I read it. By the way, apparently today is National Nachos Day in the United States. National Nachos Day. Okay, here we go. So, Super Snow Carl Turbo HD Remix said the following. Fun fact, Hawaii and Arizona are the only two states in the United States that do not observe daylight saving time. Why don't they observe daylight saving time? Because they're intelligent. That's why. They've realized it's completely stupid and it's a waste of everyone's time, so they turned it off. Sounds good to me. Hopefully we'll do the same. Like I said, I know we have legislation they've been trying to pass. It did pass, but it's just not going into effect. Something's holding it up from being like signed off and approved by I think the federal government. And so it's just not happening. And we keep waiting and waiting and waiting, and we're not getting any progress, which is really stupid. Okay, Only Iced Infinite did a super chat. Thank you, Only Iced Infinite, for the super chat. And then Lord Prince Albert just did a $10 super chat saying there's another streamer who says that she's good at Street Fighter 2 and has been playing Capcom Fighting Collection. You should try and play together on a stream 1v1. What's the point? Number one, that collection is pretty dead. Number two, I'm fairly certain that almost everyone who would try to play it who's a newbie is not going to be good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would kind of be like bullying, which I don't think there's a point to doing it. I'm not trying to talk down on anyone's skill level. I'm just saying, I've been playing these games since the fucking 1990s. You know what I mean? Like, what's the point? Oh, someone who's relatively unknown challenges another streamer to a game and then beats the shit out of them. Wow, that was really worth it, wasn't it? What's the point? Right? If someone challenged me, if someone said, oh, I heard that Darkside Phil is really good at that game and I would like to make a public challenge to him, then maybe I consider it. I am not challenging anyone to a match in that. There's no point. Right? What would be the point of that? What do I have to prove? Nothing. You know? But if someone wanted to make a challenge to me, that's different. Maybe then I would consider it. Okay? Okay. All right. So thank you, Lord Prince Albert, for the super chat. You're the biggest super chatter of the day, by the way, as well. All right. Now, we have a little bit of extra time, guys. If anyone would like to tag me in the chat and ask me a question, please do. Let's go ahead and let's do some Q&A. Jade says, I don't care how long it takes. I love to see Kratos. So he's basically saying he doesn't care if it's a long playthrough or not. I appreciate that, Jade. He also says he has a small cold. That sucks. Sorry to hear that you got a cold, man. I hope you feel better. What's your body count? I don't even know what that means, Only Iced Infinite. I've never killed anyone in real life, so I guess 0. At least inadvertent. I mean, I never... And to my knowledge, I have never killed anyone. Because who knows what action you've inadvertently taken that resulted in something that you didn't intend. Maybe one day I was walking down the street and I dropped a quarter and it rolled 4 miles down the street and that quarter lodged into something that then rolled out into the street and someone drove into it and the car exploded. But I don't know that, you know, I'm unbeknownst to me, you know. There you go. Oh, they're talking about how many people you slept with? That's none of your fucking business. That's totally none of your business. I thought you were asking how many people I killed.
Oh my god, fucking asking for how much. Jesus Christ. I can answer that for you. 2. Probably 2. At most 2. Let me put it this way. You only need one fucking hand, and you probably don't need all your fucking fingers. That's a very safe estimate there.
No, not to my knowledge, anyone. But outside of that, I'm not telling you anything else. It's none of your business. Why would you ask that question? What a ridiculous question. You know what? I'm offended at you. I'm very offended that you would ask me that question on my stream. Why is the Christmas Marathon not on Christmas, but the Halloween Marathon was on Halloween? Because on Christmas, let's face it, it's an international, widely regarded holiday. Everyone has it off from school or work, or most people, I should say. And most people are celebrating in their own way with their family or friends. So having Marathon on that day would be stupid, because I'm shooting myself in the foot knowing very well that a large portion of my viewer base cannot watch the Marathon because they won't be there that day. You see? Why do a Christmas Marathon on Christmas when everyone was going to be busy? Including me. I want to be busy on Christmas with my family doing Christmas stuff. I don't want to be streaming that day either. Halloween is not a national holiday. Halloween is not an international holiday. There aren't universally accepted things to do. People don't universally get together with family and friends on Halloween. It's a different thing. There you go. Have you watched Star Trek, and do you have any favorite characters like Worf? Yeah, Star Trek The Next Generation is my favorite Star Trek show. And the thing is, I don't think I have a favorite character, because each character had their time to shine and had their backstories fleshed out in their own individual story arcs and plot lines. They're all great. Literally every character. I think maybe only Wesley is the worst character. And, you know, he's just a little whiny bitch. But everyone else is good on the show. Just not Wesley. Everyone else is amazing. Just not Wesley. Okay. Snake Shaman said to use a real or fake Christmas tree. Almost never real. When I was growing up, we always had a fake Christmas tree. There was 1 or 2 years we had a real one, and then we went back to fake, because I think my dad didn't like having to clean up the needles. When I first moved here, I had a fake. Then, when we got Jasper, we stopped putting it up, and for a year or two, we had a small, mini fake Christmas tree that we put on a coffee table and had lights already installed, but that broke. And then last year, we didn't have a Christmas tree at all. This year, we'd like to get one, but it depends on if we can really afford one. So we're going to see what happens. You know, it'd be great to have a Christmas tree like on our end table again, like we had a year or two ago. We'll see. Deep Space Nine, yes, I like Deep Space Nine quite a lot. That's my second favorite Star Trek show, is Deep Space Nine. No, we're never playing old school RuneScape. Can games from a Christmas marathon become bigger and better, like Star Trek Knights of the Old Republic? Yes. Something that's nominated for the Christmas marathon very well may become a full playthrough. Do you remember what happened last year? People said Skyrim. We started playing Skyrim during the Christmas marathon, and people demanded that I keep playing it, so it became a full-length playthrough because people wanted Skyrim. That's how it started last year. So it very well can happen. Yes. Burnt Zapato is here and re-upped his membership for 9 months. Says Phil. Hello, Burnt Zapato. How are you? By the way, there's a very cute husky in your profile picture. Is the YouTube Shorts the future, or will it fail? I don't think it really serves much of a purpose. The thing is, like I said, with YouTube Shorts, can you get popularity from doing a short? Of course you can. You can go viral or whatever. But that doesn't even help your channel. People who watch shorts, people who watch TikTok videos, don't necessarily then go check out that person's channel and watch every piece of content from that person. The very nature of a video that's only a minute long is that it's supposed to be instantly digestible, enjoyed, and then just forgotten. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that TikTok, I don't think that...
Well, your fucking statement makes no fucking sense whatsoever, particularly because you're fucking planning some sort of stupid-ass fucking ad watch, you know, as fucking some special event. If Phil's words are to be true, then every single advertising submitted for a special event for his are going to be fucking some people things that nobody remembers. You know, what's the difference between a fucking advertisement for a product and a YouTube short? They're the same length of time. They're the same fucking thing essentially. You know what I mean? Your YouTube shorts are basically just trying to fucking promote something, maybe promote a channel or promote something else, whatever. But Phil's take on this is so fucking stupid, in my opinion. Ads are on repeat. So YouTube Shorts, I don't know about you guys, but for me they loop. YouTube Shorts loop for me until I scroll past them and go to the next one. So they're on repeat for me, the YouTube Shorts as well as advertisements. But there's definitely differences there, but Phil's logic there saying they're fucking meant to be forgettable because they're a minute long completely fucking puts his fucking ad retrospective completely into fucking doubt as to whether the fucking... These adverts are usually a minute long anyway as well, these fucking amazing adverts he's going to fucking react to. But we're fucking, the whole point of that fucking retrospective is to fucking highlight the most memorable fucking ads. But they're only a fucking minute long usually, so I assume, why didn't people forget them? I don't know, to me it's a fucking strange ass argument from Phil.
YouTube Shorts are really a way to get your channel to get any kind of prominence or attention on YouTube at all. Alright? I'm just being honest. I don't think so. I think some people have that misconception. Like, I see YouTubers say, you know, I don't like doing YouTube Shorts, but it's a necessary evil because it gets me in the algorithm. No, it gets your shorts in the algorithm. Just because someone sees one video of 30 seconds you put out doesn't mean they're going to check out all the content on your channel. It's a very slim chance. They're going to go from short to short to short to short to short. They're never going to stop to go watch a long-form video. So, yeah, I don't think for people like me and other people who already have long-form YouTube channels that the shorts are going to be very beneficial. I think YouTube completely thinks the opposite. By the way, my shorts, if you take a look, they're not even getting that much attention anymore. Like, I do that, the daily short schedule. It doesn't even get, like, it doesn't even get many views anymore. Like, maybe 300 views in a day. No one really cares about YouTube Shorts. Okay? Only if something goes viral for something ridiculous. Which I don't do that stuff, you know? Okay. No wrestling sims this year? No, Hank, we're doing them. Hank, we're doing wrestling sims. We've already talked about it. That is not tied in to the goal here. The wrestling sims is an event that I want to do that week of Christmas no matter what. Okay? What it's going to be at one major stream where we're going to do the King of Christmas tournament. Alright? We're going to be several qualifying matches leading up to a big finale match where they all are going to have a ladder match for the King of Christmas title hanging above the ring. That is definitely going to happen. Okay? So there you go. When is it happening? I don't know yet. It could be that week before. It could actually be Christmas Eve because I don't know my schedule either. I don't know, you know, Kat's work schedule and stuff. So if she has to, like, work Christmas Eve, then I'll probably stream Christmas Eve and I'll do it then. You know, we'll see. We already talked about the Adpocalypse. We already set up the link for it. If you're interested, type !Adpocalypse in the chat, and that'll bring you right to the link where you can nominate ads for the Adpocalypse Marathon. Ow. Ow. Okay. Anything else, guys? We still have plenty of time. Like, we actually got this podcast done relatively quickly today. We still have plenty of time for Q&A. I don't know what that means. I'm just ignoring that message. It makes no sense. There you go. What about co-op with members only? Co-op in what? There's nothing to co-op with members only. Will I add Logan Paul to my Christmas wrestling match? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I haven't planned it yet. How's Cat and Jasper? They're good. Jasper this morning was excited. This time of year, what we do is we put a little bowl of peanuts on our back porch, and we have all kinds of woodland creatures coming by for the fall. Like we have squirrels, birds, various different creatures that come by to grab some peanuts, and Jasper loves it. It's like TV for Jasper. He just sits there at the back door watching, and sometimes he gets excited. He jumps at the door. It's like he's going to get the creature through the door, right? But he has tons of fun doing it, so he was doing that this morning. And we had everything bagels. Everything bagels toasted for breakfast with a coffee. It was very good. Very good breakfast. Do I plan to do any reviews? No formal reviews unless warranted. Elden Ring, I did a formal review. People wanted it. If people want a formal review of God of War Ragnarok, I'll do one. That's your call. But that's not my content anymore. As you know, my content is streaming and long-form content. I don't really do those kind of videos for YouTube anymore. But if you demand it, I will do it. I don't have a most anticipated game of next year. I don't even know what's coming out next year. I'm serious. Do I think Skyrim will be re-released again before Elder Scrolls 6? It is decidedly so, as my 8-ball would say. Yes, it will happen. What is my dream gaming setup? I don't know what that means. Like, ideally, if I didn't have to stream, what would my ideal gaming setup be? A big screen that's incredibly responsive with a surround sound open-air system. Theater quality sound, right? And a setup that on the fly can switch between, you know, new console and PC, so I can get the best of all worlds, I guess. Would I consider myself a food savant? No. In fact, I would say my food horizons have dramatically changed and opened in the last few years. As my wife and I have tried various different cuisines out here, like us trying Mediterranean food, Indian food. These are things that or different kinds of Asian cuisine, such as, you know, Vietnamese, Filipino, a lot of different kinds of sushi. Hawaii, we never had Hawaiian food before, and we tried it and we love it. So I mean, like, we just recently started trying out various different kinds of food that has opened our eyes to, you know, how good variety of food can be. And does that make me a savant? No, that kind of makes me maybe a new student, right? I received a $1 tip. Please keep my name anonymous. I'm answering your Sonic question. The writer for Sonic Frontiers worked on the Archie comic from 2006 until it was canceled in 2017. He's writing the current new Sonic comics from IDW that just started in 2018. Wow, are you telling me the Archie Sonic comic ran from the 1990s till 2017? That's crazy. That lasted an insanely long time. Because the Archie comic followed the plot line of the Freedom Fighters from the Sonic SATM Saturday morning cartoons. Those were my favorites. That was a really good plot and everything. And it got canceled in only like 2 seasons. But it should have ran like 10. It was such a good show. So if you're telling me the comics continued that plot line for like 20 years, that's pretty insane. Wow. I've never tried Canadian cuisine, not once. So I've never had any kind of Canadian-specific cuisine. The only time I ate Canadian cuisine is when I went to Newfoundland, Canada, for when I used to work at the office job for the helicopter company, and I had a little bit of seafood. Like, they had this seafood bake that was a bunch of lobster with other, like, almost like pot pie ingredients in a ceramic container with, like, a coating, and it was really good. That was it. Like, I've never really had Canadian cuisine outside of that, so I wouldn't even know what it's like. What would you like to see out of Part 2 from the Final Fantasy VII Remake? I would like to see it veer from the plot of the original Final Fantasy VII in more ways. Like, the original Final Fantasy VII Remake, you thought was a straight remake, and it wasn't, right? And the ending was so dramatically different and put it in a different direction, and I liked that. I just wish that I knew that's what it was. Now you know that's what it is, so I hope that they totally change the plot lines and make it feel like its own thing. Then I would probably like it a lot more. Now, knowing that it's not just straight Final Fantasy VII anymore, I'm probably going to enjoy it more. Canadian bacon is good. It's all right. Canadian bacon's all right. It's basically just like a salty ham slice, which is fine. It tastes good, but it's definitely not what you expect from what Americans call bacon. Have I ever had Delawarean cuisine? Well, I've been to like Wawa and 7-Eleven before, so I think I've delved pretty deep into what they're good at. Jade's ready to see the Rat King. Sounds good. Hello, Virgorio. How are you? Do I think Sly 4 is on the horizon? There already was a Sly 4. You didn't know that? There already was a Sly 4 like 10 years ago. Splinter. Master Splinter. No, I don't think Master Splinter's in the game. What's weird is we've now been like into the core of one of these rat hives, right? And then we've also been into where they were keeping Basilicus or whatever his name was, the previous macula carrier. There doesn't seem to be like you don't see like what is the core of it all, where, you know, there's no queen rat, there's no leader. It seems like whoever has the macula is literally in charge, even though they don't want to be. Which is weird, because if you're in charge, couldn't you just technically just say go away and fucking kill yourself or whatever, and then all the rats would just go out to sea? I don't know. It's kind of weird, because it seems like every macula carrier in the game doesn't want it and wishes the rats would go away, yet they just can't make them go away, right? Weird. That's what I mean. It almost feels like there is another underlying thing controlling the rat plague. Splinter got canceled on Twitter. That's a shame. Poor Master Splinter getting canceled on Twitter. It's horrible. That's what happens. He made another funny, but it was woke and racist. Oh no, canceled on Twitter. Very bad.
Bruh.
Oh my god. Yes, I had a Sega Genesis. Indeed, I did. I had it late in its life cycle, though. What's the best game console I've ever played on? Super Nintendo Entertainment System. Still to this day, I haven't played anything that beat it. It was just such a great experience. It was a game console that really advanced home gaming into a new level when it came to graphics and sound. I had so many amazing, like, groundbreaking gameplay experiences on my Super Nintendo. Some would argue PS1, because PS1 was the first home console that really made CDs mainstream. I can definitely agree with that as well. But for me, it was Super Nintendo. That was my personal experience. I need a ring light. I'm being told if I had a ring light, that would prevent the light balance issues that I'm having. I don't know, that like a ring light, wouldn't that be very bothersome to stream a game using a ring light? Like, wouldn't it be like right in my fucking face? I don't know how they work. I don't have one. I don't think they're very expensive, are they? Maybe I could get a ring light. I just don't know how I would make it work and if it would really fix this. I never played Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. I can't give an opinion on it. I have it. It's in the Rare Replay collection, but I never played it. Do I prefer bread toasted or not toasted? Depends on the bread. Definitely depends on the type of bread. Some bread is much better. Like, I like ciabatta bread and sometimes sourdough bread. I prefer that toasted. But then there's other bread, like white bread is good toasted and also not toasted. You use certain things that are better not toasted, I feel. Depends. Have I had Raising Cane's chicken strips? No, I have not. I've never heard of Raising Cane's chicken strips. I do not have a favorite cheese. Cheese is situational depending on what you're eating it with. Thank you, Frodo. Frodo complimenting my shirt. This was one of the original designs 5 years ago that someone made for me that I started selling on a Teespring back then. Yep. And so it is still one of my favorite designs of all time. I still have this on my computer. If I ever wanted to make more merch, I could still use this design. Oh, Project Hail Mary, don't worry. I'm going to take my time with God of War, and I'm probably going to do most, if not all, the side content I run into. Will you ever get to see me cooking? Probably not, because I usually don't cook. I usually don't cook. It's very rare when I cook, and when I do, it's usually something that wouldn't even be considered cooking. Like, oh, I made a soup. So what did I really do? I combined chicken stock. I tossed some tortellini in. I tossed some already pre-canned diced tomatoes in. I tossed some canned beans in. You know, I chopped up a sausage, tossed it in, and I put it on heat. Wow, I cooked. That's not cooking. You're just combining pre-done ingredients. I don't really cook at all. Eternally on Super NES, I played the crap out of Super Mario All-Stars, Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball, Donkey Kong Country 2, Tecmo Basketball, and Super Mario Kart. I had so many games I played on Super Nintendo endlessly. You know, just off the top of my head. Super Mario World, Mario Paint, Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Final Fantasy 4 and 6. Of course, they were called 2 and 3. That's just off the top of my head. But I had so many games that I played the crap out of on that console. So good. Mario Kart was one of them. No, we haven't made our homemade sauce in a long time, and the reason was there's a couple of reasons. One of the primary reasons is that this year a lot of stuff got a lot tighter for us financially, and to make that sauce, we had to go kind of on a special trip, 30 minutes out of the way to buy some of the ingredients, and we just didn't want to really do that anymore. So we just started doing other things, like other sauces and things that weren't that expensive, but were still better than crappy, the real generic brands. It's a lot of work to make the sauce. At the same time, when we make it, we make enough that it's lots of meals, so it's kind of worth the work. But yeah, we just kind of fell out of making it this year. It's not that we couldn't make it again. I even told my wife, I said, I going to this new grocery store that we've been going to, I actually realized they have pretty much all the ingredients we would need if we wanted to make the sauce again. We wouldn't have to drive 30 minutes out of the way to go get those ingredients because this other grocery store seems to have them. So it wouldn't be a big deal if we wanted to do it, but we just never really fell back into doing it again, Maybe we will. I'll have to think about it. I've only traveled out of the U.S. once to Canada for work. I actually just talked about it on this very pre-stream, Cracker Jacks. It was Newfoundland, Canada. That was it. Okay. Last chance for a question. If not, we'll adjourn, and I should use the restroom before we get started. So I'll do that, and then we're going to jump into the end game and finale of Plague Tale Requiem, which I hope you guys will stick around and enjoy. I should do a YouTube short of the recipe. Dude, it takes 90 minutes to set up my sauce. How am I going to do that in 1 minute exactly? It's impossible. Excuse me. Yes, I think Ratchet and Clank is a good series. Who's the figurine by the 8-Ball? It is, what's this guy's name from Prototype? I forgot his name. The original main character from Prototype. This came when you pre-ordered Prototype 1. This figurine came with it, and I had it all this time. So there it is. I forgot his name. Alex Mercer, people are saying? Alex Mercer. There he is. Do I believe in karma? I don't necessarily believe in karma, but at the same time, if karma exists, holy freaking shit, when it comes to the things people have said about and done to me, they better look out. They're going to have a lot of shit coming their way.
Are you fucking kidding me on, Phil? Are you serious? Wow. Wow. I mean, where do you fucking begin with that one, man? Jesus Christ.
The amount of shit that they shoveled my direction in the last 5 to 10 years, these people have a lot of reckoning coming their way if karma exists. I don't know if it exists, though. When you got people out there who are like insanely rich, scumbags, and they get away with everything, and they're immune to any kind of repercussions for anything they do, you really got to wonder if karma exists, right? I don't know. I'm a little skeptical about that. Okay. Hello, X-Shooter. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Are we ready? I think we'll adjourn for today. Thank you all for chilling with me here. We got a lot of Q&A. Let's end the show. Let's stop me being this pink because it's so ridiculous. This fucking camera is still doing this. And like I said, I'm going to take a little break to use the restroom. We'll come back and we'll jump into the end game of Plague Tale Requiem. Sound good? All right, guys. Thanks so very much, and happy Thanksgiving. All right, Main Vega did a super chat a little late. You ever thought about having a tablet to your stream set up? I use one. They're a legit all-in-one device. I had a tablet a long time ago, 10 years ago, back when I was kind of rolling in money before I moved. I bought an iPad, and I agree with you. The iPad is quite useful. There was a time when I was doing Smart Guys, and what I actually used to do was bring up the WWE app, and we would actually, John and I would read all the results of the wrestling shows right off the app, and it was an easy way to do it all in one. And absolutely, an app would probably, or an iPad, or something similar. It doesn't have to be an iPad at this point, because there's many tablets that are useful now, and are the equivalent of an iPad. Likely, I would find a way to implement it, but I don't think really I need it. I don't know necessarily if it would be a necessary thing that would really add value at this point. Maybe we would find a few uses, but I don't think we'd have, a ton. So, all right, so guys, here's the deal. I have to use the restroom. I'm actually going to take a small ad break here, play some music, because I have to use it. So please give me like 5 minutes, maybe 10, but 5 minutes probably to use the restroom. When we come back, we jump right into the conclusion of Plague Tale Requiem, because we're at a big, exciting point right now, and I'm curious to see what's about to happen. Okay, guys? Thank you very much. I will see you in just a little bit. Thanks.
Man, he's putting ads on. He's actually going to fucking turn his dumbass music on, isn't he? Wait for it. Is his music going on? Yes, his music is going on, so I'm fucking muting that shit. Let's click on... We are apparently 9 minutes behind, almost 10 minutes behind. Let's click on live. Is it not back yet? I clicked on live. Oh wait, it's loading, hang on. Hang on. No, this is live. So he's been away for 10 minutes. And he's not back yet. we actually caught up to live DSP. That's a rarity for us. Usually we're fucking miles behind. But yeah, Phil's been away for 10 minutes, having a piss break apparently. More like playing more WWE champions, because it's always. Yeah, in fact, it's always fucking said it for me. It's WWE champions time. It's a great wee tune, that. Ah, Christ, man. But yeah, we're just waiting for Phil to get back. We're 2 away from a full house, guys. He had some jealousy towards the end of that stream there, but it was not particular YouTuber jealousy. He wasn't, putting that jealousy towards other YouTubers. He was just generally bitching about people that are richer and all that shit, and also being angry. He's wanting all us evil detractor haters to get what's coming to us karma-wise, because we are very guilty, apparently, of throwing a bunch of negative things towards Phil. I don't know about anyone else, but all I've been trying to do is basically put out the truth in a situation for people to be better educated. If Phil thinks the truth is so damaging and hurtful, then he probably shouldn't be doing such shitty things. Just my take on that. But it is what it is, Apparently us talking about Phil playing WWE champions, which is a verified fact as far as I'm concerned, is hurtful to him. Well, yeah, it kind of goes against his narrative of being a fucking broke-ass boy. He's to beg all the time if he's spending that money in WWE champions, so naturally it does hurt Phil Burnell. You're right, we do hurt Phil Burnell because we fucking put out there the actual truth of the situation that Phil is playing and spending money in this fucking stupid mobile game. So yes, Phil is very hurt by the things that we are saying, but it doesn't mean we're fucking wrong. Is it wrong for us to fucking highlight his fucking lies to his own audience about why he needs that fucking money, where a lot of that fucking money goes? Ah, Christ. Agreeable Compliment says, I am not saying it's worth ticking off, but I feel like when he is jealous of people's wealth, it's mostly jealousy of people that have found more success on YouTube. That is quite true. Okay, how about this, guys? We have time. We're literally waiting for Phil to get back, okay? Do you guys think YouTuber jealousy should have been ticked? Maybe not. I'll let everyone else aside. Some people thought it was YouTuber jealousy. We'll let everyone else aside. So do you guys think that YouTuber jealousy should have been ticked when he had that little rant there near the end of the stream where he would talk about karma, and he was fucking talking about how some people can be fucking rich and have no repercussions and all that shit? When he mentioned the gaming setup, he didn't seem. That wasn't even about being YouTubers though. He was treating that situation as if he was a gamer and not a YouTuber. Like, if he didn't have to stream these games but instead played them, he was talking about his actual ideal gaming setup for him and him alone. He was insulting every YouTuber who was playing Street Fighter 2 and finding success. I didn't know, that wasn't even jealousy, that was like the opposite of jealousy. It was like somebody was wanting him to fucking challenge just random, chick who's playing Street Fighter 2. And Phil's like, why would I challenge them when I'm probably going to crush them? Because Phil's got a lot of experience in that fucking game. Phil doesn't think it's fucking. He's not going to go his way to challenge somebody who's fairly new to the game compared to him. Phil's like saying, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to fucking look at an arsehole if I fucking do that. It'd be pointless. He's saying it'd be pointless for him to go his fucking way and challenge somebody who's probably going to crush somebody because of experience on his side. Which just says logic, fair enough. But to me, that's not jealousy. That's just him stating a fairly. I mean, it's a fair assumption in my opinion. I'm not saying it's fucking happened, but I can understand the logic and the rationale behind him saying that. I don't know if I'd call it jealousy. He was a bit disrespectful towards him, perhaps, but he certainly wasn't fucking acting jealous towards him. Lord D-Dog says, also his YouTube Shorts is him posting his schedule. That's what YouTube Shorts is for. What about is for? Not even community. He is the kind of put. Man, Lord D-Dog, man, your fucking English is like atrocious. I thought I butchered English language, fuck me. So also his YouTube Shorts is him posting his schedule. That's what YouTube Shorts is for. What about is for? Not even community. He is the kind of guy who put his guitar lesson on the bulletin board. Yeah. Lord D-Dog says sleepy, sorry. To be fair, Lord D-Dog, you're Australian, aren't you? So what time is it over in Australia land? Australia, I think, are between 8 and 11 hours ahead of the UK. Depends what side of Australia you're on, I guess. But I think that's the right thing, so 7 AM for Lord D-Dog. Fuck me. That's quite early in the morning. Imagine waking up so early just to fucking catch up. That actually makes me fucking appreciate Lord D-Dog a wee bit even more. Sometimes, as I said, you know what I mean, it's, imagine tuning in, waking up early. Your day begins by watching like fucking Phil rant and rave in a fucking podcast, man. That's insanity, man. What the hell? I do appreciate your efforts, man, to keep up with all the tractor stuff, man. I mean, what I'm saying is, like, it must be so much harder for the Australian crew to try and keep up with Phil's antics, man. Jesus Christ. Like, my day ends with Phil. Oh, fuck, here we go. He's back.
Conclusion of Plague Tale.
He's back.
Okay, guys, I'm back. Thank you for being patient. Obviously, nature called, and I need to take care of that before I got started with the conclusion.
That was a 15 fucking minute break, Phil. Nature called. What, do you not fucking piss anymore? Do you struggle to get fucking piss out of your fucking little tiny wiener? Do you fucking, are you constipated? What the fuck's going on, Phil? Why the hell? 15 goddamn minutes. Fuck the fuck off. You're playing that stupid fucking game. If I go to fucking Twitter and I see TG Gamebox has tweeted an update saying you're last online like fucking 10 minutes ago. But give me a second. Give me a second to check something out. I'm turning this what if into let me check. 2 ticks. TJ Gamebox. Let me find his ass. Let's see if there's any updates. Nah, no fresh updates from TG Gamebox. Sad face. Oh well.
In a Plague Tale. Can you imagine the conclusion of Plague Tale? Millions of rats on my tail, and I'm I gotta take a dump. That would have been really bad. I'm trying to hold it in during this big epic finale, so I'm glad that we got that out of the way. Now, let us do some shout outs, shall we? First shout out is a $25 tip from Lisa Lou saying, have an amazing week. Thank you to Lisa Lou for a big tip, very generous tip to get stuff started today here. Hold on. That gets us up to $36 in tips, and we'll have a nice animation play here. Anyone still alive? Excuse me. I'm coming back here, and I don't see anyone talking. What's going on? Is everyone still alive here in the chat? Anyone awake? Anyone? Or did you all leave? Thank you for that. The plague wiped you out when I was taking a dump. That's not good. That's not good to hear. I don't want the plague wiping anyone out. Very bad. Okay, so thank you, Lisa Lou, for the very generous tip during the break. And then there was another tip that came in. A $2 tip from Super Snow Carl Turbo HD. Says, you mean to tell me you never read Archie comics of Mega Man and Sonic colliding in the early 2010s? No, I did not, of course. I stopped reading comics in the 1990s. I haven't read a comic since then, besides maybe Watchmen, stuff like that. Excuse me. But no, I didn't see any of that stuff. Thank you for the $2 tip. Super Snow Carl Turbo HD. You know, I know this is going to sound weird. I actually have to close my window a bit. It's cold in here. It's actually cold. The temperatures have dipped so much. In fact, just to give you some perspective, not even a month ago, we had 80-degree weather, 80-degree heat, record high temperatures. Today, it is 44 degrees. The temperature today is half of the temperatures that we had a month ago.
Dark Angel Storm seems a bit confused about how Phil's still getting tips. Is DC still getting tips through PayPal? Yes, he's got a new PayPal link, a paypal.me kind of link. I'm not going to bother linking it myself because I'm not going to fucking advertise Phil's goddamn PayPal. What the fuck? I'm going to show for Phil. But yeah, his Streamlabs stream elements are dead. Kinda. He can't automatically receive tips through them. However, I think his Streamlabs... Hang on. I'm trying to think. So the tip animations are all manual from Phil. Anytime Phil has to check his phone basically regularly to see if anyone's tipped him essentially. Because there's no automated pop-ups anymore for the tips. The super chats, however, are automated for Phil. And I think that is done... I'm trying to think how that's done for him. And maybe Streamlabs technically still allowing him to have those animations show for him. I don't know. I can't mind if it's... Or it could be fucking Stream Elements. I don't know, whatever. But I don't know. Technically, he's banned from having PayPal on there, I think. His PayPal link was banned on Stream Elements, and I think on Streamlabs as well. But that's just that particular aspect of it. The super chats are all automated, I'm pretty certain. But yeah, I don't know much more than that. But yeah, technically for tips anyway, Stream Elements and Stream Labs both did.
Pretty insane, huh? That's what I mean. Like, and normally we don't have that kind of fluctuation in climate here in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. This year was a really weird year. I wonder if it's going to be like this every year moving forward now. So, anyway. Okay.
And he's gone. Hooray!
Alrighty.
Oh, he's back. Boo.
Thank you, Guts. Yes, we're having a good weekend. I just saw both my wife and Jasper Kitty as well. Okay. Let's do this. We're in the finale. Like, basically where we are in the plot is we're trying to escape the island that is now overrun by the killer rats and plague. And we're trying to free the guy who kind of basically revealed that he was using us all along to get to the count or the head of the island. He was the guy who he felt like he wanted to kill. So he was using us as a means to an end. And he kind of betrayed us, and then we kind of betrayed him. Or I should say, Amicia betrayed him. She's the reason why he got captured. But now, here we are, much later in the game, realizing that basically no one is our ally, and we're trying to rescue him. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to rush and rescue this guy. So hopefully he'll help us again. We don't know if he will or not. Like,
Getting the questions asked here, who is Lisa Lou? That's an interesting question. I'm kind of curious myself. Why don't you use... Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. I clicked the wrong thing. I haven't used that screen in a while. That's a GTA 5 Chaos mode screen. I clicked the wrong screen. But yeah, let's check for Lisa Lou. Why don't we just look for him? Look for this Lisa Lou person here. Tips, raw data. No, it's tips analysis. That's all I want. Tips analysis. So, let's look for Lisa. There we go. Lisa Lou. Oh, they've not been around that fucking much. The most they appear is twice. In fact, the first tip appeared on the other day. A brand new fucking tip, apparently. Somebody thought fucking Lisa Lou was like doing a whole lot. There's literally 2 days in a row. They tipped $25 yesterday, they tipped $25 today. It could be the new 1 minute man, who knows. But there you go. Yesterday, $25, today, $25. Make fucking sense of that if you can. I can't.
I guess we'll see. Genetics says, hope you had a great weekend. Looking forward to the new exciting games this week. I totally agree with you. I'm very pumped for Tuesday, Wednesday. It's going to be some exciting days here on the streams for sure. And Team Michael Gamer says, hey, and hello, Phil in chat. Hello, Team Michael Gamer. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? You know, I'm going to test something, okay? Just give me a second to test something. How does that look? Is that fine? Because if that's fine, I'll leave the lamp off completely. If you guys think that looks okay, I just punched my microphone. If you think that looks okay, I'll leave the lamp.
So he didn't really test or something, he turned his light off. We went from having the light on.
You know, I'm going to test something, okay? Just give me a second to test something. How does that look? Is that fine? Because if that's fine, I'll leave the lamp off completely. If you guys think that looks okay, I just punched my microphone. If you think that looks okay, I'll leave the lamp off completely today, and then we will not have this issue with the lighting. Because it's just full clouds outside, no sun. What do you guys think? Is that okay, or do you want me to turn the lamp on? I can also turn it on low. I can turn it on just low, because I have it on, like, medium. Looks good. If you're okay with this, we'll leave it like this, unless you want just a little bit of light. I can turn it on low lamp. Let's boot the game up, see what it looks like, too. Remember, I got light coming off the TV here. I think this TV has a unique lighting situation where it's not like most TVs, I guess, only have light coming from certain places on the TV, but I think this TV actually has like a better lighting source than most, because it like is very vibrant on every piece of the TV. It's not just like the edges and stuff, like it's really popping, you know. Let's see where auto saved me. I actually don't know where we are. Oh, we're right where I wanted to be. This is exactly where I wanted to be. This is good. This is a good starting point. Is this good? You think this is all right? What if I just turn it? Let me turn it on low. Let's see what happens if I turn the lamp on just low.
Get on with a fucking thing, you moron.
I don't even think you can see a difference, can you? All right, we'll leave it on low. We'll just leave it on a low light, so at least there's a little constant light in the room. Okay, cool. All right, guys ready? Here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
Well, that's the end of bingo. Sadly, we are 2 away from a full house. We didn't get him being jealous of YouTubers, and we didn't get a dumb close up either. There was no snow car on stream today, so there was no snow car, no genuine snow car anyway to ask a dumb question, no fucking strange close up. We had a couple of them yesterday, it seems as well, but it's a shame today we didn't get them. It's not a guarantee to use it every single fucking day, but that is what it is. Sadly, bingo is over for this weekend as well, so we can always try again tomorrow, guys. Thank you very much, though, for joining me on stream today. And I do appreciate everyone's help and efforts and keep me rating the bingo card. 23 out of 25 is still a very strong fucking card. Let's put it this way. It shows how predictable Phil is. We can almost get 100% almost every time. But getting between 80 to 100%, regularly when we're trying to guess Phil's words and mannerisms and actions is quite ridiculous. It's still a win in my book. Sadly, it's not a full house, but at the same time, it's a lot of bingos, and it just shows you how well and predictable this person is. He's all. Let's be real here. A full house bingo just highlights the fucking predictability of Phil Bonnell to ridiculous proportions. But it's still a very strong card. It's all a good time was had by all. I do hope, But yeah, that's what I'm saying. 2 close calls in a row, as Dark Angel Storms, as MRC Midnight says as well. And it's still a good card, as Dark Angel Storm says as well. Yeah, I'm going to end things there. I forgot I was going to play a song. I'm going to play a song as well as the fucking I'm going to play 2 songs. Fuck it, why not? So I'm going to play this one first. It's Darcy the Flow. It's on my because Bill was rocking back and forth like a motherfucker earlier on. It made me think of this song. So I'm going to play this one first, and then I'm going to play the usual song afterwards. But I'm just going to play this one first because fuck it.
I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really that money. That money. Hello, everybody. It's Dark Side Phil. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill. Stupid fucking trolls, man. I just want to chill. I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis. Tip me so I could catch up on back taxes, making large stacks, refunding chargebacks, and my laugh sounds like act. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I want to have chill streams. No detractor memes. Bathroom breaks. Playing WWE. Relax and chill session of Street Fighter 3. Like I'm getting my vibe back from 2017. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. I'm the one who just filed for bankruptcy. I'm the one who didn't pay my taxes. I'm the one. Me. I'm the one who masturbated in front of children. I'm the one who got 4th place at Evo. I'm the one with a 10-year legacy. I'm the one. Me. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills. The electric bill. The internet bill. The condo fees. My mortgage. My taxes. My back taxes. My current taxes. My state taxes. My federal taxes. My tax attorney. My tax guy. My tax accountant. My bankruptcy lawyer. All of my credit cards. My new setup. And a new laptop. PS5.
I can't believe like a bowl of ramen was included at the fucking end of the lyrics there. I was like, I did it in gin and a bowl of ramen. Absolutely fucking amazing tune there for Dark Side for 74,000 views that video's got now. But yeah, guys, randomly fucking including that fucking wee tune there. But guys, I'm going to end things how I always end things. I'm going to end it with Pixar Animations, Amazing Me video, Notorious P.I.G. contributions. You know fucking how much I love this wee tune. I think you guys all love the wee tune as well. And of course, watching 2KJ strut his wee moves. That cat's a very cool cat indeed. But yeah, it's a good end of bingo, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I do appreciate the support. Thank you for super chats. Thank you for likes as well. For trying to get to 100 likes, not just for the free space. Don't think we got it today, but it would have been inconsequential anyway because we're 2 away rather than 1 away. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for all your support. I really do appreciate it. It's just obviously the fact that you give me some time just to watch the stuff and watch the bingo, and I'm glad people are enjoying it. You know, that's the main thing. We're all having a good time laughing at a little piggy as he fucking makes an arse of himself, you know, on a daily basis. But guys, thank you very much once again, and I'll catch you for some more bingo tomorrow. If you wish to join me then, feel free to join me. But until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend, however you wish to spend it, and I hope you have a good one, guys. Enjoy this outro song, and peace out.
On September 14th, a pre-authorized payment of $16.51 from PayPal.
All right, Luna Mills has tipped me $1.30. It says, "I'm back. What's your favorite type of shower?" When you're showered in money. When you go outside, all of a sudden, greenbacks start falling from the sky, and you raise your face up. You're like, oh, you start dancing. You go, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. All right, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but thank you for the first tip of the day.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory. Show me the money.
Money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah. Money, 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 yeah, yeah. Money, money, oh, money, money, yeah, yeah.
These contributions are mandatory. And it's gone. Just gone like that. In an instant. Fucking gone.